practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the on-deck circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, a very pleasant good morning and welcome to the Big Easies. New Orleans, Louisiana, the Stingers getting ready to take on the New Orleans Zephyrs in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Steve Klauke with you, where we're going to have record heat today here in New Orleans. They're expecting a high of 96 degrees, humidity in the mid-50s, making for a very muggy afternoon here in New Orleans. The Stingers trying to bounce back from a devastating loss last night. Stingers rallying with 3 runs in the top of the ninth to take a 6-4 lead, only with 2 out and nobody on base to give up a hit batter, and then a 3-run home run by Matt Sapicki. And the Zephyrs had themselves a come-from-behind win of their own by a final score of 7-6. So the Stingers with a record of 23-19 on the year. With that loss, they lead 1.5 games still on Colorado Springs. The Sky Sox losers last night in Oklahoma City by a score of 11-1. Tacoma is 2.5 back as the Rainiers have won 4 in a row. Portland is just 3 games off the pace. They have won 3 straight. With the victory, New Orleans moved to 21-23 on the year, yet they still retain the bottom spot of the American South. Round Rock is in first place with Albuquerque trailing by 1, Oklahoma by 2, and New Orleans is 3.5 games off the pace. Checking out the other divisions in the Pacific South, Tucson with a 1-game lead on Sacramento. Las Vegas is 3 back, and Fresno trails by 6. And in the American North, Memphis leads Nashville by 3. Omaha by 4, and Iowa by 7.5. Well, last night we mentioned the Stingers being a little bit on the short-handed side. Well, that's even worse today, as Chris Buchek was called up late last night by the Angels, and so he was the scheduled starter for today. Kevin Gregg has been sent down, but is not expected to join the team until likely Friday in Sacramento. Also, the Stingers have been able to get the services of infielder Larry Infante from extended spring to help fill the absence of several players on the part of the Stingers. They've lost 3 key people in the last week. Curtis Pride, their cleanup hitter, Joel Peralta, their closer, and his absence certainly showed yesterday. And now Chris Buchek is gone from the roster as well. So getting the start today for the Stingers in an emergency role is right-handed pitcher Scott Snyder, making his first start of the year. And his record is 1-0. T.J. Tucker on a rehab assignment from the Washington Nationals will get the start for New Orleans, throw 1 or 2 innings, and then give way to the original scheduled starter, Ed Yarnall. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at what happened here last night when the Stingers fell to the Zephyrs right after this on ESPN 1230.
Question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Monte made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mix with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. We all know Utah is a great sports state. At Siegfried & Jensen, we have important sponsorship relationships with several college teams throughout the state, as well as with many of the professional teams, including the Jazz, the Stingers, the Grizzlies, and Real Salt Lake. In sports, winning is important. The same is true if you're injured in an accident. To help ensure victory, you need a winning legal team on your side. If you've been injured, call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique edition of Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
serious about dirt? So are Yamaha ATVs. And now's the time to get a seriously smoking deal on a brand new Yamaha. Because right now, every new super sporty, super tough Yamaha ATV can be yours for as low as $39 a month for the first 24 months. Plus, get up to $200 cash back on select models. Sport or utility, hard charging or hard working, now's the time to make tracks down to Escape Motorsports for a seriously great deal. Escape Motorsports, 1480 North State in Provo. Finance offer good for $531.05 on any new 2005 or new prior year Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, or scooter, including FJR and Rhino models. On Yamaha card, subject to credit approval. Reduced rate as low as 4.9% APR and $39 monthly payment good for 24 months if account is kept current. Maximum amount financed, $8,000. Thereafter, the standard rate is up to 21.99% APR. Will apply and minimum monthly payments will be required. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for details and Hates recommendations. Yamaha recommends an approved training course.
Cholesterol. We fear it so much that cholesterol-lowering drugs are now the #1 drug in America, and they are not harmless. My name is Andrew Lessman, and as a biochemist, I have searched for over 20 years for a safe method that everyone could use to lower cholesterol. And now, with the discovery of Colox, that search is over. For the first time in history, our government has actually approved a non-drug therapy to lower cholesterol. And unlike other products, the unique ingredient in Colox is approved by the FDA. So I can guarantee that Colox will safely lower your cholesterol 30 points in just 30 days, or it's free. So call 800-800-FREE to get yours today. That's 800-800-3733. Or visit Colox.com at CHOLOX.com. With Colox, you have nothing to lose but dangerous cholesterol or cholesterol-lowering drugs. So call 800-800-FREE and lower your cholesterol 30 points in just 30 days, guaranteed. Colox is not available in stores.
I'm Donald Trump.
His reputation.
Joined the changing face of Manhattan.
His triumphs.
Trump Tower Mall is the 8th wonder of the world.
And tragedies.
Ivana, I think you can tell apart. You get another dinner.
Tonight is the story money couldn't buy.
How do you think the press will react when I tell them I'm making running for president?
Trump Unauthorized, an ABC premiere movie event. Tonight at 9, 8 Central, only on ABC.
Back to New Orleans, where the Stingers and Zephyrs played at Dandy yesterday, and the Stingers took the lead early on. David Petrengo with one out in the first inning coming to the plate. As a Zephyr, he had over 340 plate appearances without a home run. So one out, base is empty here in the first for the Stingers as Kim delivers. Fastball hit deep to left field. Going back is Godwin. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A home run for David Petrengo. Welcome back to New Orleans, David. And it's 1-0 Salt Lake. Stingers would score an unearned run in the second inning to go up 2-0, but the Zephyrs would tie it up in the third. Singled by Jason Bowers and Hector Ortiz put runners at the corners with nobody out. Tyrell Godwin bounced into a double play, scoring Bowers to make it 2-1. Then Brandon Watson doubled, bringing Melvin Nieves to the plate. The pitch from Sessions, lined into right field, a base hit. Played on the hop by Gorno. Here comes Watson. Here comes Gorno's throw to the plate on one hop, and it's dropped by Mathis. On to second base goes Nieves on the throw, and the game is tied at 2. So a 2-2 ball game at that point, but it didn't stay tied for very long as Jeff Mathis led off the top of the fourth. 1-1 pitch is hit in the air to center field. Watson racing back, still going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. Straight away center field. A home run for Jeff Mathis. Halfway up the berm in center field, and the Stingers are back out in front, 3-2. A 3-2 ball game until the bottom of the sixth inning with 2 out and nobody on. Yet a recurring theme throughout the game. Matt Sapicki singled to right field. Rick Short delivered a base hit to center, putting 2 men on base for Dan DeMint. Sessions delivers. Curveball lined into center field, a base hit. Here comes Sapicki around third. The ball bobbled by Gordon. The throw to third on the hop. Hits the runner, and getting up is Rick Short, and he's going to score the go-ahead run. And so that made it a 4-3 New Orleans lead, a lead they held until the top of the ninth inning. Jeff Mathis reached on a throwing error by the second baseman DeMint. Brian Gordon bunted him over to second base for Nick Gorno. Schroeder pitching for New Orleans again with a 3-2 delivery to Nick Gorno. Swung on and lined up the alley in right center field. A base hit. That's going to go to the wall. Mathis will come around to score the tying run. Here's Gorneau digging around second. On his way to third with a run-scoring triple. And the game is tied. The throw gets away, but it's backed up by Schroeder. So the game tied at that point at 4-4. And with Gorneau at third and one out, Travis Hughes came out of the New Orleans bullpen to face Adam Papkovich. Hughes ready. The 1-1 to Papkovich. Swung out and driven into deep left center field. Godwin racing back, still going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A two-run home run for Adam Papkovich, and the Stingers are out in front 6-4. 2 out and nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Mike Brunet 1 out away from his first save since the 2002 season. Gave up an infield single to Melvin Nieves as Casey Kotzman got caught on the in-between hop. Then J.J. Davis was hit by a 1-1 pitch in the left arm, and then Matt Sapicki on 1-1. Drilled one to the opposite field that just cleared the barrier in left center field, giving the Zephyrs the 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth they needed for a 7-6 win over the Stingers in Game 1 of this 4-game series. When we come back, we'll take a look at the early average scoreboard after this on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
So it's spring, and you can't wait to get out of doors and take the family to Mulligan's Golf and Games. You'll enjoy 36 holes of miniature golf, the state's largest driving range, baseball and softball batting cages, practice greens and bunkers, along with 2 beautiful 9-hole golf courses. At Mulligan's, they offer something for the entire family. And coming soon, Mulligan's will have the famous iceberg shakes. Mulligan's, open early and fully lighted well into the night. Mulligan's, half-mile west of I-15 on 106 South, open every day. But Christmas. You know his name.
I'm Donald Trump.
His reputation.
Join the changing face of Manhattan.
His triumphs.
The Twin Third Mile is the 8th wonder of the world.
And tragedies.
Ivana, I think we need some time apart.
You got another dinner?
Tonight is the story money couldn't buy.
How do you think the press will react when I tell them I might be running for president?
From Unauthorized, an ABC premiere movie event. Tonight at 9 Central, only on ABC.
Have you heard about interest-only loans? Hi, this is Steph Orster with Alpha Mortgage Group. Interest-only loans are good for the right borrower, but the problem with most of them is that the term is only 1 to 5 years, and then the interest rate changes when it's renewed. We're happy to announce that we've rolled out our new 30-year loan to the public, which remains as interest-only for the first 15 years and then becomes a 15-year fix for the second half of the loan. You can take advantage of low payments for the first 15 years and still have peace of mind knowing that your interest rate will never go up for the life of your loan. You can take advantage of low payments for the first 15 years and still have peace of mind knowing that your interest rate will never go up for the life of your loan. For example, a primary residence with a loan balance of $200,000 would have a payment of just $1,041 interest only for the first 15 years. Call now for more details. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400.
Welcome back to New Orleans, where the Stingers and Zephyrs are getting ready for this afternoon's ball game as we take a look at the average scoreboard. And again, there's only one other day game in the PCL or the major leagues, and that's in Des Moines, where Iowa hosts Sacramento. That game will be getting underway about the same time as this one. Later on, Colorado Springs is at Oklahoma. Omaha hosts Fresno. Memphis travels to Tacoma. Albuquerque visits Tucson. Las Vegas entertains Round Rock. And Nashville is at Portland. In the major leagues today, in the American League, Detroit is at New York. Cleveland wins at 3 straight, will host Minnesota. Seattle is at Baltimore. Boston visits Toronto. Tampa Bay hosts Oakland. Kansas City is at Texas. And the Angels host the White Sox after ending John Garland his first loss of the year last night, 4-0, a complete game shutout by Irvin Santana. In the National League, Philadelphia is at Florida. Washington visits Cincinnati. Atlanta hosts the Mets. Houston's at Chicago. The Astros have lost 6 straight. Roger Clemens goes tonight. Colorado, Milwaukee. St. Louis hosts Pittsburgh. San Diego's at Arizona. And the Dodgers are at San Francisco to play the Giants. Since we had that extra long break a little earlier, let's give you now the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Dino Ebel. Leading off the shortstop, Zach Sorensen. Batting second, the second baseman, David Matrenga. Hitting third and playing first base, Casey Kochman. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Luke Allen. Hitting fifth and catching, Jeff Mathis. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Brian Gordon. Hitting seventh and playing right field, Nick Cornell. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Adam Pavkovich. And hitting ninth, the designated hitter, Casey Smith. Pitching full Salt Lake will be right-hander Scott Schneider. For the homestanding New Orleans Zephyrs, managed by Tim Foley. Leading off the left fielder, Tyrell Godwin. Batting second, the center fielder, Brandon Watson. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Melvin Nieves. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Rick Short. Hitting fifth and playing right field, Matt Sapicki. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Dan DeMent. Hitting seventh, the second baseman, Wes Carroll. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Jason Bowers. And hitting ninth is the catcher, John Wilson. Pitching for New Orleans will be right-hander T.J. Tucker. It's the Stingers and the Zephyrs. Game 2 of a 4-game series coming up next. We'll return with today's first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the On Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM. It's U.S. Murray, Salt Lake City. This is ESPN Radio AM 1230, the worldwide leader in sports. It's a Mike Thompson broadcasting station.
Morris Murdoch Travel can fly you to Hawaii from just $709 complete, including round-trip air and 5 nights accommodations. Just $709 complete. At that price, you can afford to enjoy the Aloha spirit in Hawaii, America's premier vacation destination. Go into the sun and fun of Hawaii from just $709 for air and 5 nights hotel. Valid on select departure dates. Some restrictions apply. Call Morris Murdoch Travel 1-888-999-4646 for details. Or plan to take the family to Disneyland for just $181 per person, quad occupancy, including 3 days and 2 nights at the Hilton Anaheim Hotel and a 3-day Disneyland Resort Park Hopper bonus ticket. Disneyland from just $181 quad, including 2 nights hotel and skate park Hopper pass. Prices based on 2 adults and 2 children staying in the same room. Some restrictions apply, so call 1-888-999-4646 for details. Hawaii from $109 complete and Disneyland land packages at the Hilton Anaheim Hotel from $181. Call Morris Murdoch Travel for details.
Owning my own dry cleaning shop, I'm all about fast business.
Dave Denton, Zions Bank SBA Express customer.
As a small business owner, I've got a million things taking up my time.
Did you get machine taped up and running?
Yeah, just fixed it. People want their clothes done right, and they want them done now. And I wanted my SBA loan the same way. Quick, convenient, and competitive.
Zions Bank is now offering SBA Express loans as low as 8.75%.
The people at Zions Bank know I don't have a lot of time, so they make it easy.
An SBA Express loan involves less paperwork, and all SBA fees are waived for the life of the loan.
And with my SBA Express debit card, I get money when I need it most.
Hey, Dave, Bill Brady's on free.
Thanks. Tell him I'll be right there. I tell you, when it comes to getting fast, competitive funding from someone who actually knows your business, you can't beat Zions Bank. They've been a top SBA lender for years, which means they'll be around as long as I need them.
For more information, call 1-877-315-0190 or visit ZionsInc.com. Zions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Credit approval required. SBA fees waived for loans less than $150,000.
The Coors Live, the start pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Clarkey.
Now a national anthem. national anthem on a bright, sunny, hot, muggy afternoon here in the Big Easy as the Stingers get ready to take on the New Orleans Zephyrs. Steve Plowke with you as the Stingers try to bounce back from a very tough loss, but they're going to have to by committee out of the bullpen as Chris Buchek was called up late last night and will be joining the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim for their series against the Chicago White Sox. So the Stingers will go to Scott Schneider and the rest of the bullpen and hope that Corey Lee can go very deep into tomorrow's game. The Zephyrs have taken the field in their home whites with the blue numerals and lettering trimmed in green. The Stingers in their road sleeveless grays with the red sleeves underneath, red numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. Defensively for the Zephyrs, Tyrell Godwin's in left, Brandon Watson in center, and Matt Zapicki's in right. Dan DeMett at third, Jason Bowers at short, Wes Carroll at second base, and Rick Short is at first. The battery of T.J. Tucker pitching, and John Wilson catching. For Tucker, his second appearance on his rehab assignment with New Orleans. He gave up one hit in one inning in his previous outing. No runs, no decision or save. For right-hander T.J. Tucker. Tucker began the year with Washington before suffering a groin strain in 6 outings, 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So he has yet to give up a run in 6 1/3 innings, 5 1/3 of those at the big league level. Leading things off for the Stingers will be shortstop Zach Sorensen, batting .222, no extra, 2 doubles, and 4 runs batted in. Sorensen 0 for 4 last night, reached base in the 9th inning when he was hit by a pitch, and Tucker's first delivery is a breaking ball, striking or underway. 0-1 the count on Sorensen, a switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Tucker. Listed at 6'3", 260 in his 9th professional season. Breaking ball, strike on the outside corner at the knees, and it's 0-2. Tucker, originally a first-round draft pick of Montreal in 1997, a sandwich pick between the first and second rounds. He was 47th selection overall. The 0-2 to Sorensen, lifted in the air toward right center field. Zapicki, the right fielder, on the run, will get there. Reaches up and makes the backhanded catch for out number 1. So Sorensen retired, and there's 1 away here in the Stingers' first. That'll bring up the second baseman, David Trenga, the former Zephyr, batting .253. 5 doubles, 2 homers, and 13 runs batted in. Working on a 6-game hitting streak coming into this one, equaling his longest of the year. Then he hit that first inning home run yesterday, his first home run ever in this park after over 300-plus at-bats as a Zephyr. First pitch on the way, and he lifts this one high in the air. This one to shallow right. Carroll, the second baseman, out. The right fielder, Zapicki, in. Zapicki makes the call and the catch for out number 2. So very quickly, 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Casey Kotzman, the first baseman. Kotzman batting .285, 8 doubles, 1 homer, 23 runs batted in. Casey with a 3 for 4 night last night. One of those 3 hits a double. And Tucker expected to throw 35 pitches today for the Zephyrs before making way for Ed Yarnall. A little bit of a breeze blowing out towards right today as Kotzman takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. And 333 down the left field line, 332 down the right field stripe, and 400 feet to straightaway center field. Tucker's 0-1, and it's a curveball, strike at the knees, 0-2. Tucker, a veteran of 158 Major League games pitched, 10 of them starts with Montreal over the last 5 years, winning 12 and losing 9 with 4 saves. The 0-2, Kotzman takes a fastball inside at the knees, 1-2. Tucker, 26 years old, originally out of Clearwater, Florida, makes his home in Newport Richey. That's where he went to high school. Now the 1-2. Swung on and lined up the third baseman, DeMett, who makes the belt high grab to retire the side. Didn't have to move a step either direction to make that play. So 3 up, 3 down go the Stingers in the top half of the first. After 1/2 inning, it's Salt Lake nothing, and New Orleans is coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. This is a steak and lobster dinner for $24.99 at a famous seafood place. And this is Sizzler's incredible steak and lobster for just $14.99. Sizzler serving up succulent lobster tail with real drum butter and our classic half-pound steak fire grilled to perfection, plus all the trimmings. Right now, it's just $14.99. So what does that famous seafood place do for the extra $10? Coleslaw. Zipper steak and lobster tail for an amazing $14.99. Your Sizzler today. Great idea.
Owning my own dry cleaning shop, I'm all about fast business.
Dave Denton, Zions Bank SBA Express customer.
As a small business owner, I've got a million things taking up my time.
Did you get machine tape up and running?
Yeah, just fixed it. People want their clothes done right, and they want them done now. And I wanted my SBA loan the same way. Quick, convenient, and competitive.
Zions Bank is now offering SBA Express loans as low as 8.75%.
The people at Zions Bank know I don't have a lot of time, so they make it easy.
The SBA Express loan involves less paperwork, and all SBA fees are waived for the life of the loan.
And with my SBA Express debit card, I get money when I need it most.
Hey, Dave, Bill Brady's on free.
Thanks, tell him I'll be right there. I tell you, when it comes to getting fast, competitive funding from someone who actually knows your business, you can't beat Zions Bank. They've been a top SBA lender for years, which means they'll be around as long as I need them.
For more information, call 1-877-315-0190 or visit ZionsBank.com. Zions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Credit approval required. SBA fees waived for loans less than $150,000.
First inning, nothing defensively for the Stingers. Luke Allen in left, Brian Horton in center, Nick Cornell in right, Adam Pavkovich at third, Zach Sorensen at short, David Matringa at second, and Casey Coxman at first. The batter is Scott Snyder pitching, and Jeff Mathis catching. Snyder making his first AAA start, delivers low, ball one to Tyrell Godwin. Godwin hitting .331, 9 doubles, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. He was 2 for 4 last night with a double. Snyder's 1-0 delivery. That's a sinker in at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Snyder again making his first start in 12 relief appearances. He's given up 23 hits in 18 and 2/3 innings. 17 runs, all of them earned. With a fastball high and away from the left-hand batter, and the count's 2-1. Snyder 1-0, but with an 8.20 earned run average. The PCL batting .295 against Snyder, who's struggled with his control. 14 walks to 14 strikeouts as Godwin pops it up into left center field. Luke Allen, the left fielder, underneath it, and he'll put it away for out number 1. Only had to move about 4 or 5 struck to his left for that one. That'll bring up the center fielder, Brandon Watson, batting .444, 1 double, 1 triple, no homers, and 6 runs batted in. Snyder, not a complete stranger start. He has made 2 starts in each of the last 2 seasons at AA Arkansas. His only 2 starts in 183 game appearances in his career coming into this season as he delivers high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman Pavkovich in on the edge of the grass as the pitch comes home, and Watson takes the sinker low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Snyder ready. From the windup, the pitch. Fastball bell high in the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Scott last saw action in Oklahoma City on the 19th, gave up no runs on 1 hit with 1 walk and a strikeout on the 19th in 1 inning. Here's a shot toward short, flag down on 1 hop by Sorensen. He sets and throws to first in time for the out. Hard hit ball on 1 hop, right Zach Sorensen, who handled it cleanly for out number 2. That'll bring up Melvin Nieves, the designated hitter, batting .300, 2 doubles, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in, 2 for 5 with an RBI last night. No score, bottom of the first, just underway here in New Orleans. Snyder ready in the pitch. There's a strike call, 0-1. Nieves, the older brother of former Stingers catcher Will Nieves, who's now at AAA Columbus in the Yankees organization. The 0-1 pitch fouled off the mask of the catcher Mathis, and the count's 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes the count. Start of the year, AA Harrisburg. Nieves did not play baseball at all last year. The 2-strike delivery, swing and a miss, and a changeup. He struck him out in a very impressive start for Scott Snyder. 1-2-3, nothing across. We played 1, and there's no score in the Big Easy here on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. Wiener Schnitzel is proud to be the official hot dog of the Salt Lake Stingers. And to prove our love, we've got an exciting offer for all you baseball fans. It's Mini Mania month at Wiener Schnitzel. Right now, you can get our new mini chili dog for just 69 cents. Plus, come into Wiener Schnitzel and you can win a Mini Cooper or other great mini prizes. Think about that, over a couple of mini chili dogs. So stop by any of the many Utah Wiener Schnitzel locations for some mini chili dogs. But hurry, Mini Mania lasts only for a mini time. Only at Wiener Schnitzel, the world's largest hot dog chain. you wake up. Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At MedOne Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call MedOne Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let's help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. MedOne Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
We go to the second inning. Nothing there scored. It'll be Luke Allen, Jeff Mathis, and Brian Gordon, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Stingers batting order to face right-hander T.J. Tucker. Luke Allen batted .299, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, 25 runs batted, 0 for 3 last night. As Jason Bowers grabs some sunglasses and goes out to play shortstop. In the meantime, Ed Yarnall starts to loose up down in the New Orleans bullpen. Again, Tucker's scheduled to go 35 pitches today, although he only threw 8 pitches in the first inning. First pitch to Allen, 6 down low for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Luke. 5 for 19 so far on the road trip. Pitch. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees. 1-1. Dino Eagles, Stingers manager, coaching at third base with Jim Everett over at first. Dino very disheartened by the loss last night. The 1-1 is about to bat. The pitch high and outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. The thrill of the 3-run top of the ninth to take the lead, only to give up the 3-run homer. But what really frustrated him was that all but one of the runs came after 2 out and nobody on base in that game. Here's a liner into center field, a base hit. So Luke Allen gets the first base knock of the ball game for either side. A clean single into center field. I'll bring up Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Mathis batting .274, 8 doubles, triples, 7 homers, 20 runs batted in. 1 for 4 last night with a long home run. Halfway up the berm and straight away center field. Only about 425, 430 feet away from home plate. The infield, a double play depth behind Tucker. Pitch on the way, and it's a swing and a miss and a slider away. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Tucker last year made 3 starts, winning 2 of them, and no decision in the other for Edmonton before spending the entire rest of the season in the Expos bullpen. The 0-1. Change up inside at the belt. 1-1 the count. 54 appearances for Montreal last year with 1 start, a 4-2 record, and a 3.72 earned run average, used as a 7th man for the Expos last year. Now the 1-1 pitch to Mathis. Swing and a miss to the breaking ball. 1-2. Brian Gordon due next. Hey, if you're hungry as lunchtime approaches, bring a ticket stub you might still have from Sonic, or from a Stingers game rather. Take it to Sonic and buy 1 delicious hot extra long cheese coney and get a second one free. Go to first base and the runner is back. Get a side order of hot tater tots, and don't forget to wash it down with cold cherry limeade. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. Sounds good right now. They forgot to bring the food up to the push box. There's Sonic right across the street. 1-2 pitch on the way. Cut out and miss. Struck him out with a slider. First strike for Tucker, and there's 1 down here in the Stingers' second. Luke Allen holding his pen at first, as that brings Brian Gordon batting .253. 8 doubles and triple, 3 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Gordon 0 for 3 last night. Did have a successful sacrifice in the 9th inning. He also reached on an error and scored in the 2nd inning of yesterday's game. Stingers with a loss now 2-3 on the road trip. Pitch on the way as Gordon takes a strike at the knees. 0-1. And a 1.5 game lead in division over second place Colorado Springs. Tacoma 2.5 back, and Portland trails by 3. No balls, 1 strike. Again, the infield double play depth. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and the catch 0-2. The outfield playing Gordon around late towards left. But mostly that's Watson, the center fielder. Sapicki is over, but there is a big hole in right center field. Nick Gorneau, the right fielder, is due next. Tucker's pitch. Liner low, 2-2 the count. Or make that 1-2 on Gordon. Ryan, of course, had that big grand slam the other day in Oklahoma. Fourth grand slam of the year for the Stingers. Already one more than all of last year and halfway to the franchise record. The 1-2 pitch into the dirt. Bucked by Wilson, sliding across to his right. And that'll hold Allen at first base. A good play by John Wilson behind the plate. And the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another frustrating thing for the Stingers last night, the errors. The 3 they committed, only the second time this season. The Stingers committed 3 or more in a game. The other was 4 errors on May 2nd in their 2-1 10-inning win at Portland. Prior to last night, the Stingers had committed just 5 errors in their last 12 games. The 2-2. Curveball, strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees, and Gordon can't believe it. As Tucker started that one outside, and according to home plate umpire Mark Morrow, brought it back over the corner. So Gordon with a slow walk to the dugout in disbelief. So Luke Allen led off the inning with a single, and 2 outs later, he's still at first for Nick Gorneau. Batting .310, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 6 homers, 25 runs batted in. Had the big RBI triple in the 9th inning yesterday that tied the game as he takes low and outside, ball 1. That was his only hit. He, of course, scored on the ensuing home run by Adam Pavkovich. 1 ball, the count on Gorneau as Tucker delivers. Slider, that misses down low, in and out of the glove of the catcher Wilson, but Allen has to hold his ground at first base. Luke over at first, 6 out of 7 the stolen base department. The Stingers are without the services of Chris Prieto as well. He was designated for assignment after being taken off the 40-man roster to make room for Joel Peralta. Now the 2-0. Long on, grounded towards the hole at short. Bowers backhands, turns, and throws to second, and gets Allen for the force out to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Stingers nothing, the Zephyrs nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Drug and alcohol abuse, violence, and crime are among the top problems facing our children today. Prevention Dimensions, a nationally recognized program, gives students a strong foundation to resist substance abuse and violence.
Too freaky and blood. Too violent and crime.
Prevention Dimensions. For more information, log on to utahpd.org.
Where can you find the Utah Jazz sitting next to the Boston Red Sox, sitting next to the Denver Broncos, just down the road of BYU? Fans! Only at Fans can you find the newest and freshest sports gear from all the great college and pro teams. Looking for a Utah Jazz jersey featuring the new colors? Fans has it. Fans has it. Trying to find a fitted baseball cap featuring your favorite team logo? Fans is the place. Fans is the place. Whether you're looking for hats, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets, warm-ups, jerseys, or duffel bags, you'll find it at Fans. You'll find it at Fans. Plus, Fans even has fun logoed sports gear and memorabilia, including signed basketballs, footballs, and jerseys from the best players. And remember, for all the new Utah Jazz gear, get to Fans for jerseys, golf shirts, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and warm-up gear featuring the new blue and white Jazz colors. Open 6 days a week in the Delta Center and all major malls across the Wasatch Front. Fans.
Rick Short, the former Stinger, to lead things off for the Zephyrs here in the bottom of the second inning of a 0-0 ball game. Matt Sapicki and Dan DeMent to follow against right-hander Scott Snyder, who begins his second inning. Rick Short awaits the first pitch, and it's a fastball strike on the outside corner, thigh high, and the count's 0-1. Short batting .344, 14 doubles, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. He was 2 for 4 last night. The 0-1. Curveball doesn't break and misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Short led the PCL in 2002 with a .356 average for the Stingers. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, chopped towards third. Pavkovich handles the bell high bounce. The throw across on target and in time for out number 1. So Short is retired, 1 out. That'll bring up Matt Sapicki, the right fielder. It was Sapicki who hit the game-winning 3-run homer, but no surprise, he is worn out. Salt Lake pitching over the last couple of years as an Edmonton Trapper, and now with the Zephyrs, a lifetime .348 hitter against Salt Lake. Sapicki this season for New Orleans, batting .265, 10 doubles, a triple, 7 homers, 30 runs batted in. 2 for 5 overall last night. First pitch on the way, a fastball high, ball 1. Sapicki with 2 homers and 22 runs batted in now against Salt Lake. 44 hits in his 127 at bat. Breaking ball, low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Sapicki. What a performance last night by Urban Santana. After being roughed up his first time out with the Angels, and there's a fastball knee high for a strike 2-1. Now the right-hander ready to pitch. Fastball high, 3-1 the count. Santana a complete game shutout in his first out against Cleveland. He gave up the cycle in the first inning. And yesterday, complete game shutout to hand John Garland of the White Sox his first loss of the year. 3-1 delivery is fouled, back off the screen, and that fills the count rather at 3-2. Angels and White Sox again tonight at Anaheim. Bartolo Colon 5-3 against Mark Burley, 7-1 for the White Sox. 3-2 payoff pitch to Sapicki is lifted foul, third base side over the roof and out of play. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield shaded towards left. Sapicki hit his home run last night. 2 left center the opposite way. Snyder's 3-2 payoff pitch here is waved at and missed. Sapicki way out in front of an outstanding changeup by Scott Snyder, who records his second strikeout. 2 up, 2 down here in the Zephyrs second. That'll bring up Dan DeMint, the third baseman. DeMint batting .338, 5 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 6 runs batted in. DeMint 2 for 4 with an RBI in last night's game. First pitch on the way from Schneider is high, ball 1. DeMint last year at AA Montgomery, taken away from the Devil Rays by the Nationals in the Rule 5 draft back in December. The 1-0. Swing and a foul. That one catching the home plate umpire, Mark Morrow, on the left arm. And he takes the mask off and is doubled up to the right of home plate. That means the New Orleans trainer, Mike Quinn, will come out to take a look at him. And his partners out on the field, Darren Hyman and Joe Steckner, come down to make sure that Morrow is okay. 1 ball, 1 strike will be the count on DeMint. By the way, when you attend a Stingers game, don't forget that all kids under 12 can ride the train up on the Burns sidewalk for just $1. Sponsored by Utah Venture Capital. As always, in a situation like this, when an umpire takes a hit like that, the home team umpire usually goes out and checks him out. And the catcher, in this case Jeff Mathis, will go to the mound and engage in some small talk with Scott Snyder to allow the umpire, in this case Mark Morrow, time to recover. Well, it looks like he's none the worse for wear, other than he'll probably have an additional bruise. And gets a nice hand from the small gathering here in New Orleans. So 1-1 the count on DeMint with 2 outs and the bases empty. No score, bottom of the second inning. Luke Allen of the Stingers has the only hit, a leadoff single in the top of the inning. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count on DeMint. Now everybody's set. Schneider ready. The pitch. Fastball up and in. DeMint has to bail out. 2-1 the count of the right-hand batter. Santana last night, no runs on 5 hits in 9 innings. Struck out 7 and walked 1. 2-1 delivery. Curveball dropped in for a strike, and it's 2-2. He threw 115 pitches, of which 83 were strikes. 7 strikeouts, 10 ground balls, 9 fly balls. The 2-2 fastball waved at and missed. He struck him out, so Scott Snyder's retired all 6 batters he's faced at the outset of this one. At the end of 2, it's still Stingers nothing, New Orleans nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. They say it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. But at Fast Signs, we know it's how you play the game that makes you a winner. What does Fast Signs bring to the game? Full-service simplicity and superior quality to put your business ahead of the game. Don't settle for the sidelines. Call Fast Signs for the hard-hitting graphics that help your business stand out in a crowd. Fast Signs, sign and graphic solutions made simple.
Springtime's just around the corner, and now's the time to spring into new ATV action. Escape Motorsports is here to help, because right now, every new super sporty, super tough Yamaha ATV can be yours for as low as $39 a month for the first 24 months. And you'll even get up to $200 cash back on select models. Sport or utility, hard charging or hard working, Escape Motorsports has the ATV you want and a fantastic deal. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Escape Motorsports, 1480 North State in Provo. Finance offer $55,3105 on new 2005 or new prior year Yamaha motorcycle ATV or scooter excluding FJR and Rhino models on Yamaha cars. Subject to credit approval. Reduced rate as low as 4.9% APR, $39 monthly payment, good for 24 months. Account is step term. Maximum amount, final $10,000. Thereafter, the standard rate up to 21.99% APR will apply and minimum monthly payments will be required. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for details and age recommendations. Yamaha recommends a free training course. Escape Motorsports.
We go to the third, 0-0 our score to the Adam Paskovich. Casey Smith and Zach Sorensen do up to face right-hander T.J. Tucker, who still has some pitches left in him before he gets to that 35-pitch limit, although Ed Yarnall is ready in the New Orleans bullpen. Adam Paskovich to start things off, batting .283. 6 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 8 runs batted in. Drove in 3 runs yesterday. Swings at the first pitch, and he pops it up. Up the first base side, Rick Short coming down from his first base spot. Now backpedals a couple of steps before putting it in for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Casey Smith, the designated hitter, batting .211. 5 doubles, 1 triple, no homers, 8 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night. Time now for our first look at the Abra scoreboard. Most people know Abra Auto Body and Glass has collision repair specialists, but they're also a full-service auto glass company providing complete auto glass repair and replacement. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA today to schedule your appointment. Tucker's first pitch to Smith on the way. Casey takes a breaking ball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. We're underway in Des Moines in the first inning. No score there between the Cubs and Sacramento. Everything else is under the lights tonight. The 0-1 sinks in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2. Colorado Springs and Oklahoma, where the Redhawks won 11-1 last night. Fresno at Omaha. Tacoma hosts Memphis. Albuquerque at Tucson. Nashville visits Portland, and Las Vegas entertains Round Rock. It was swing at the 0-2 and a ground ball towards the hole at short. Handling the high hop is Bowers. The long throw across in time to get Smith by a step. So Casey's retired. 2 up, 2 down here in the third, and that'll bring up Zach Sorensen, who flied out to Sapicki in deep right center field his first time up. Yeah, all of the action in the major leagues is later on tonight. 2 out, nobody on base for Zach Sorensen. First pitch on the way, and Sorensen takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. Again, a reminder that the Stingers return home 1 week from today after the longest road trip of the year to host the Portland Beavers. 1-0 pitch is chopped foul at the first base side, 1-1. And the Stingers have announced that the makeup of the rainout against Portland at home earlier this year will be on Thursday, June 2nd, a 6 p.m. twilight doubleheader on Thursday against the Beavers. So that'll be a 5-game series. Again, the twin bill will be on Thursday the 2nd, beginning at 6 p.m. The 1-1, and it's a breaking ball low and inside to Sorensen, and the count's 2-1. Zach batting left-handed against the righty, T.J. Tucker. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Sorensen. Dement in at third as the 2-1 comes home. Sorensen grounds one right side. Bobbled on the second hop by Rick Short, but he recovers and takes it 3 steps to the bag for the out. And that retires the side. So the Stingers are up and down in order in the third. And after 2.5, it's still the Stingers nothing and the Zephyrs nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
The
next time you grab a smooth, refreshing Bud Light, you'll notice something different. Because starting now, Bud Light has a brand new look. It's sleek, it's smooth, and just like the beer inside, it's completely fresh. So now America's favorite beer is as good as it tastes. The same great taste inside, a great new look. Bud Light, what are you holding? Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. The next time you pick up a Bud Light, you'll be picking up something fresh. Because Bud Light has a brand new look, a new bottle design that's as smooth and refreshing as the beer inside. It's just one more reason why America's favorite beer is America's favorite beer. We're not saying other light beers have lame labels. We're just saying that we don't. Bud Light, what are you holding? Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Boys, hey, Mikey, is that you? Where's your baseball cap?
Wow, you not only have hair, but you have pretty hair. Can a guy just get a haircut?
Come into Great Clips and everyone starts talking. Our stylists know all the latest styles, tips, and techniques, so you'll leave with a haircut that's sure to get you some attention.
Sashay your little cloth self on up to the bar and grab us a couple of brewskis there, Big Mike.
Great Clips. Great haircuts every time, everywhere.
You actually have some really buff cheekbones there, Mikey.
Great Clips sponsors the Utah Jazz courtside tents. See salons for details.
To the bottom of the third, Wes Carroll leads things off against Scott Snyder, and he sends the first pitch back up the middle into center field for a base hit. And so Wes Carroll aboard as the Zephyrs get their first base runner of the ball game on a leadoff single here in the third. That brings up the shortstop, Jason Bowers, batting .208. 4 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 9 runs batted in. Well, the hits are even at 1 apiece. Infield, a double play depth behind Schneider. Carroll 0 for 1 on the stolen base department this year. First pitch on the way, showing bunt is Bowers. The pitch is in the dirt. It bounces away from Jeff Mathis. And on to second base goes Wes Carroll on a wild pitch. For Schneider, that is his third wild pitch of the year. And so the Zephyrs have a runner in scoring position with nobody out and a 1-ball count on Bowers. And Schneider working into the third inning. Although he hasn't thrown all that many pitches to this point. Pitch on the way. It's bunted into the air, and the pitcher Schneider will make the catch in front of the mound for out number 1. Carroll is not advanced. Tim Foley wanting Bowers to bunt, but Bowers popped it up into the air. And the runner does not advance, so he's still at second base with 1 out. And the batter will be John Wilson, the catcher, batting .196. 5 doubles and 4 runs batted in. Schneider has gone as long as 3 innings. That was on May the 2nd. In that 10-inning 2-1 win over the Beavers, he gave up only 1 hit, no runs, struck out 3, and did not walk a batter in that effort. And the first pitch is inside ball 1 to John Wilson. Wilson last year 7 for 24, a .292 average against Salt Lake as a member of the Edmonton Trappers. He shared catching duties with Randy North. The 1-0. Bringing a ground ball foul outside the bag at third base, and the count's even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Wilson with Tyrell Godwin due next. Wilson started his collegiate career at Cal State Northridge before transferring to the University of Kentucky. He was a 3-time All-American, yet only a 2-time All-SEC selection. Go figure. The 1-1. Bunted by Wilson and fouled in and out of the glove of the catcher Mathis, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A hot, steamy afternoon here in New Orleans. Stingers have 2 more day games on this trip. The last 2 games in Sacramento on Sunday and Monday. Stingers have not fared well in day games again this year. They're 4-7. There's a curveball of beauty. Strike 3 called. That one started up and in. Wilson started after it, held up, but the ball broke into the strike zone. Number 4 for Schneider. And so 2 outs now with Carroll still at second for Tyrell Godwin, who flied out to Luke Allen and left his first time up. Snyder's 4th strikeout. That is a season high for one outing. So 2 outs. Carroll, the runner, at second base for Godwin. Snyder from the belt, ready to pitch. Godwin takes inside at the knees. Ball 1. Godwin, a former University of North Carolina star in both baseball and in football. There's a pitch, strike on the outside corner at the knees. The count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to the left-hand batter. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the inside corner at the belt, and it's 1-2. Godwin not particularly enthralled with the call there. Godwin last year at Double-A New Hampshire in the Toronto organization. Snyder ready. The glance towards second at Carroll. The 1-2. Fastball line foul down near the Stingers bullpen along the left field side. The count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes the count. There's a pitch, chopped to the right side. Kotzman charges, scoops it up in the short hop, flips to Snyder, covering in time for the out. And that'll do it for the Zephyrs in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. Through 3, it's the Stingers nothing, New Orleans nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Fraser's birthday is a celebration of maturity.
What a jolly world I was born in.
A soiree for the season.
Birthdays can be anxiety-provoking, especially for people of a certain age. I am not of a certain age.
And the straw that broke the camel's
back. It's completely seized up.
Did someone say over the hill?
I'm not going to wear anything called a girdle. What am I calling a back brace? Get it?
On Fraser.
Weeknights at 5:30 and 11 on KJAZ TV.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
The left fielder, the left-hander comes on. The pitch for the Zephyrs as planned after T.J. Tucker got his work in. He made 7 starts prior to this. This will be his 8th appearance, his first non-start in 34 2/3 innings. He's given up 34 hits, 20 runs, all earned. He has struck out 43, but walked only 10. Yarnall is 1-3 and lost 2 with a 5.19 earned run average. The PCL batting .252. Against Southpaw Ed Yarnall, 6'4", 245, in his 9th year out of LSU. First batter he'll face, David Matrenga, who flied to right his first time up. T.J. Tucker, 3 innings, 1 hit, no run. 2 strikeouts, no walks. Here's a little chopper out in front of the plate. Yarnall, the pitcher, up with it, throws to first and gets Matrenga by a step. 1 pitch, 1 out. Second straight inning, the leadoff hitter in an inning has been retired on the first pitch. So that'll bring up Casey Kotzman, lined out to the third baseman, and Dement his first time up. Don't forget, on home games, Albertsons triple play for charity. Anytime the Stingers pull off a triple play, Albertsons will donate $1,000 worth of groceries to the Utah Food Bank. Albertsons, a proud sponsor of the Salt Lake Stingers. First pitch to Kotzman from the left-hander Yarnall, and the curveball's over at the knees for a strike 0-1. Yarnall last year picked for 2 different AAA teams, Pawtucket and Scranton Wilkes-Barre. The 0-1. Hutchman swings and fouls it off the glove of the catcher Wilson. The count's 0-2. Yarnoff pitched for Oryx in Japan in 2001 and 2002. It was 3-3 with Sacramento in 2003. Now the 0-2 to Kochman. Check swing, high bouncer up the third base side. Yarnoff off the mound, has it near the line. Setchan throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Luke Allen, who has the only Stingers hit and is the only Stingers base runner of the game. As he hit a clean single to center to lead off the second inning, but was never advanced past first base. One hit apiece in this ball game. No score here in the top of the fourth inning. Stingers trying to snap a little 2-game skid right now. Pitch on the way, breaking ball low, ball 1. 8-inning losses at Oklahoma on Sunday and here last night. Particularly heartbreaking last night after scoring 3 runs in the top of the ninth to take a 2-run lead. 1-0 pitch, and Allen pops it up foul, third base side. Racing back towards the Stinger bullpen, the third baseman Dement makes the catch to retire the side as the wind blowing out towards right kept that ball in play. For the third time in 4 innings, the Stingers are up and down in order, and after 3.5, it's still Stingers nothing, New Orleans nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. Play ball! Looking to pitch a perfect game the next time your home team gets hungry? Then it's time to go to your ace, Carl Budding. Nothing tops original Carl Budding thin sliced meats for taste. With 9 great flavors like honey ham, oven roasted turkey, and corned beef, you'll know you have the variety to go into extra innings if you have to. And we're talking legendary Major League convenience with the ability to work your lineup from snack time to meal time. Hey, looks like you're in complete control with Carl Budding.
Serious about dirt? So are Yamaha ATVs. And now's the time to get a seriously smoking deal on a brand new Yamaha. Because right now, every new super sporty, super tough Yamaha ATV can be yours for as low as $39 a month for the first 24 months. Plus, get up to $200 cash back on select models. Sport or utility, hard charging or hard working, now's the time to make scraps down to Escape Motorsports for a seriously great deal. Escape Motorsports, 1480 North State in Provo. Finance offer good through 53105 on any new 2005 or new prior year Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, or scooter, including the FDR and Rhino models. A Yamaha card, subject to credit approval. Reduced rate as low as 4.9% APR and $39 monthly payment good for 24 months if account is kept current. Maximum amount financed, $8,000. Thereafter, the standard rate is up to 21.99% APR. Will apply and minimum monthly payments will be required. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for details and 8 recommendations. Yamaha recommends an approved training course.
The fourth inning, 0-0 our score. Brandon Watson, Melvin Nieves, and Rick Short, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Zephyrs batting order to face right-hander Scott Snyder. Brandon Watson bounced out to the shortstop, Zach Sorensen, his first time up. Outfield shaded towards left, creeping in at third, Paskovich, and the pitch to Watson is fouled back into the screen for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Watson, only 5 home runs and over 2,500 career minor league at bats. The 0-1 pitch, he runs up trying to bunt the ball, but fouls it off for strike 2. 0-2 the count. The pitch, Watson swings and fouls back the fastball. The count remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Watson began the year at Harrisburg. 34 games there, a .247 average. No homers and 6 runs batted in. There's the pitch. Watson swings. It's a ground ball foul over towards the dugout at first. So the count remains 1-2. Watson broke into AAA for the first time last year and had a good season at Edmonton. Batting .293 for the Trappers, 2 homers, 41 RBI. The 1-2 from Schneider into the dirt. That one hits the dirt in front of home plate, comes up and knocks the mask off of catcher Jeff Mathis. Jeff will check to make sure all of his fillings are still in place. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Watson. Snyder ready, gets his sign from Mathis, and the pitch. A fastball that runs high and away from the left-hand batter. The count's full at 3-2. Melvin Nieves, the designated hitter, is due next. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on line, left center field, but Brian Gordon coming in and over from his center field spot makes the catch for out number 1. Watson retired. That'll bring up Melvin Nieves, who struck out swinging on an excellent changeup by Schneider in the first inning. Well, Nieves, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Scott Schneider, who delivers. Swing and a miss over a breaking ball, strike 1. Schneider, 27 years old, turned 27 earlier this month. 3 different Stingers pitchers turned 27 this month. The 0-1, fastball high and outside, ball 1, 1-1. The latest Scott done yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike the count as Schneider deals. Swing at a fastball to foul back into the screen, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Nieves. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball down and in. He struck him out. A season high 5 strikeouts now for Schneider. Second time he has fanned Nieves. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Rick Short, who bounced out to the third baseman Pavkovich's first time up. Mentioned earlier that Short led the PCL in hitting with the Stingers in 2002. He takes the breaking ball low and outside, ball 1. At .356, that's the 3rd highest single-season batting average in franchise history behind John Barnes, .365 in 2000, and Marty Cordova's .358 in 1994. His Short picks on the 1-0 pitch and drills it into left field for a base hit. Played on the second hop by Luke Allen, and that is the second hit of the game for the Zephyrs. So a runner at first base. 2 out for Matt Sapicki, who struck out swinging his first time up. Short, not a likely candidate to go, although he is 1 out of 2 in the stolen base department this year. Snyder from the belt ready. The pitch. Fastball inside at the belt, ball 1. Don't forget, on Friday, June 3rd, the final game of the series with Portland. The first 2,500 fans entering the ballpark that night will receive a deck of cards. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Runner at first, 2 out. No score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Dement, the third baseman, due next as Schneider comes set and tosses to first, sending Short diving back into the bag. Two balls, no strikes. The outfield traded towards left a bit. The infield back to Matringa at second base. Heels on the right field ground. The 2-0 pitch, a breaking ball low and inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count, and a wide one here would move the go-ahead run into scoring position. Schneider, plagued by control problems this year, has been outstanding so far in this one. 3-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Sapicki given the green light, and Schneider pulled the string on it. So the count 3-1 on Sapicki. Three and 1, a good count to run on. Let's see if Short's on the move here as Schneider delivers. He does not go, and the pitch is a bad handle loop for shallow right. Racing out, Matringa is there, and he'll make the over-the-shoulder catch about 25 feet back on the outfield grass. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and through 4 it is still. The Stingers nothing, New Orleans nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Hi, this is Mitch Jensen of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
Play ball! When the game's on the line and the home crowd's getting restless, there's only one thing you want to see at the plate. Carl Budding thin sliced meats. With 9 great flavors like honey ham, oven roasted turkey, and corned beef, Budding has the variety to handle anything your team throws at it. Convenience like that is always a game winner. And you know you can count on Budding to deliver plenty of power in the taste department. Hey! So pencil Carl Budding into your lineup for a home run every time.
Phone Directories Company, a Utah-based company serving Utah communities with great books for over 35 years. Phone books with more usable information, menu guides, coupons, recreation information, area maps, and more. Great directories that have everything you need. And always feature our award-winning companies. You can find us serving every county in Utah. Phone Directories Company. Great people, great books, great results. For advertising information, call 1-800-228-0801.
There goes the 5th inning. 0-0 our score. 2 hits for the Zephyrs, 1 for the Stingers as Ed Yarnall begins his 2nd inning of relief. Jeff Mathis to start things off, followed by Brian Gordon and Nick Corneau. Mathis struck out swinging his first time up. Yarnall. Again, the original scheduled starter that made room for T.J. Tucker on rehab assignment for the Nationals. There's a swing and a miss at a fastball, strike 1. Our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Zephyrs defensive alignment coming up. The 0-1. Line but foul down the left field side into the Stingers bullpen. Oh, it looked like it caught Eric Sear right in the back. 0-2 the count on Mathis. Tyrell Godwin in left. Brandon Watson in center. Matt Sapicki in right. Dan DeMent at third. Jason Bowers at short. Wes Carroll at second. And Rick Short at first. The battery of Ed Yarnall pitching. John Wilson catching. The 0-2 fastball misses high. And the count on Mathis is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate. The count remains 1-2. Saturday, June 11th, the Fresno Grizzlies are in town, and first 2,500 fans will receive a Stingers baseball cap courtesy of KJazz TV. 1-2 to Mathis, sails all the way back to the screen over everybody's head. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the Stingers will have a 13-game homestand coming up after this road trip. The 2-2 to Mathis. Swung on, popped up foul. First base side out of play. Mathis now the team leader with 7 home runs. Everybody talks about the home run haven that Franklin Covey Field is. But actually 6 of his 7 home runs have come on the road. Two balls, 2 strikes on Mathis as Yarnall delivers. Change up outside, ball 3. Fills the count on Jeff at 3-2. Mathis with a long home run yesterday is 2nd of the road trip. Hands on the people upstairs for letting that ball get away. 3-2 payoff pitches grounded through the hole to left field, a base hit. Played on the roll out there by Tyrell Godwin, and Mathis is aboard with a leadoff single. 2nd hit of the ball game. The other one was of the leadoff variety, but Luke Allen, who got that base hit in the 2nd, never advanced past first base. A runner at first, nobody out for Brian Gordon, who was called out on strikes his first time up. Mathis tagged with that moniker of runs well for a catcher. He is 2 for 2 in the stolen base department this year. Outfield playing Gordon to pull as Yarnall delivers. A fastball strike in at the letters, and the count's 0-1. No balls, one strike the count on Bryant. The man in on the grass at third, expecting a bunt. All right, all ready, and the 0-1. Swinging a foul. That one rifles off the auxiliary scoreboard up above the third base dugout, and the count's 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Yarnall, some impressive numbers. This is in his 9th year in 725 and 2/3 innings pitched in the minors. He's given up only 665 hits. Here's a swing and a fly ball, left center field. Watson on the run, still going back, reaches out and somehow makes a spectacular backhanded catch. Back to first base goes Jeff Mathis. Highway robbery as Brandon Watson take extra bases and a potential run batted in away from Brian Gordon. He may have gotten a little help from that wind blowing out towards right, pushing the ball back, but regardless, that was a heck of a grab. One out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Nick Corneau. Bounced into an inning-ending fielder's choice his first time up. 1 on, 1 out now. Yarnall from the stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball to the dirt, smothered by the catcher Wilson, ball 1. By the way, if you're between the ages of 8 and 13, you can help me call the action live on ESPN 1230 from the press box as the Great Clips Junior broadcaster. Enter to win at any Wasatch Front Great Clips location. 1-0 the count on Corneau. Outfield straight away behind him. The infield double play depth as the 1-0 comes home. Instead, the turn of the toss to first. And Mathis is back. Corneau comes into this game with a 6-game hitting streak working. He's had as long as a 10-gamer this year. Now from the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. There goes the runner, swing and a miss, throw to second base, and Mathis is a goner. Out at second base. Second baseman Wes Carroll had the ball in his mitt before Mathis was 10 feet from the bag. So Corneau swinging, trying to protect the runner, but was unable to do so. So now 2 out and the base is empty for Corneau. A different complexion on the inning due to that great catch by Watson. All right, already the 1-1. Change up high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Now Yarnall's pitch. Corneau swings, lifts it in the air to right center field. Watson on his horse, racing to his left in the alley, reaches up and hauls it in. Just shy of the warning track. The wind tried to take that one away from him, but Watson was able to run it down. No runs, 1 hit. With the caught stealing, nobody left on base, and we're halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder with a score. Stingers nothing, New Orleans nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Where can you find the Utah Jazz sitting next to the Boston Red Sox, sitting next to the Denver Broncos, just down the road of BYU? Fans! Only at Fans can you find the newest and freshest sports gear from all the great college and pro teams. Looking for a Utah Jazz jersey featuring the new colors? Fans has it. Fans has it. Trying to find a fitted baseball cap featuring your favorite team logo? Fans is the place. Fans is the place. Whether you're looking for hats, shirts, sweaters, hoodies, jackets, warm-ups, jerseys, duffel bags, you'll find it at Fans. You'll find it at Fans. Plus, Fans has fun logoed sport gear and memorabilia, including signed basketballs, footballs, and jerseys from the best players. And remember, for all the new Utah Jazz gear, get to Fans for jerseys, golf shirts, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and warm-up gear featuring the new blue and white Jazz colors. Open 6 days a week in the Delta Center and all major malls across Wasatch Front. Fans.
Drug and alcohol abuse, violence, and crime are among the top problems facing our children today. Prevention Dimensions, a nationally recognized program, gives students a strong foundation to resist substance abuse and violence. Prevention Dimensions. For more information, log on to utahpd.org.
the fifth inning. Nothing our score. The hits are even at 2 apiece. It'll be Dan DeMent, Wes Carroll, and Jason Bowers, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Orleans order to face Scott Snyder, who starts the fifth with a fastball that misses low, ball 1. DeMent struck out swinging his first time up. Outfield swung around towards right. As Snyder starts his windup for the 1-0. DeMent swings and lifts it in the air towards right. Cornell drifting toward the line. Now waits and makes the cap-high catch for out number 1. So DeMent retired. 1 away for Wes Carroll. A single to center field his first time up. Don't forget all Monday home games are Harmon Family Night. Stop by a local Harmon store and pick up a voucher that's good for 7 family members for just $15 at the Stingers box office. Harmon, your neighborhood grocer. The next Monday night Harmon's Family Night will be on June 6th against the defending league champion Sacramento River Cats. A fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. I guess I should say the 2-time defending champions. The Oakland AAA affiliate has won the PCL title in 5 of the last 11 years. There's a curveball grounded towards the hole. Cut off nicely by Pavkovich to his left at third. The throw to first in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Jason Bowers, who tried to sacrifice in the third. Popped the bunt up to the pitcher, Snyder. He actually won the title 5 of the last 9 years. 96 and 97 with Edmonton, 99 with Vancouver, and then 2003 and 2004 with Sacramento. First pitch to Carroll, or rather to Bowers, and that one is high off the glove of Snyder off behind the mound, and safe at first base is Bowers with a base hit. A hot popper back towards Snyder. He got a glove on it, but could not corral it. And now Amy Welch, the trainer, will go out to make sure that Snyder is okay. So runner at first, 2 out. That's the third hit. Snyder says, don't worry about it. I'm all right. Doesn't even need to throw a warm-up pitch there. As there's now a stirring activity in the Stingers bullpen. Snyder giving them a yeoman effort so far. As left-hander Willie Collazo starts to throw in the Salt Lake pen. So here's John Wilson, who was called out on strikes his first time up. Wilson, an original 11th round pick of the Mets in 2000, takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Runner at first base, Bowers has a couple of stolen bases this year, but he's also been thrown out 3 times trying to steal. Snyder with a turn of the toss to first, sending Bowers back into the bag with a head first dive. 1-0 the count. Now Snyder's pitch. Fastball slices the outside corner thigh high. The count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right-handed hitting John Wilson. Now Snyder ready from the stretch, the 1-1. Breaking ball, line into right field, a base hit. Cornell racing over to field it on the second hop, holding Bowers to a single, but Wilson will advance to third on the play. Well, the Zephyrs get their first runner as far as third base, and they have runners at the corners, 2 out. For Tyrell Godwin, who's fly to left and bounced to first. So after retiring the first 2 batters on 4 pitches, Bowers with the single, Wilson the base hit. And now runners at first and third, 2 out. And last night, 6 of the 7 runs for New Orleans came after there were 2 out and nobody on base. First pitch to Godwin, just inside of today's ball 1. 1-0 the count. Count Mike Hart, the third base coach, going through the signs. If Wilson's on the move, as the 1-0 comes home. Swung on and sliced foul on a play deep down the left field line. The count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Zephyrs trying to become the first team on the board here this afternoon in a 0-0 ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Here from the stretch, the 1-1. Swung on, that flipped it in the air to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Bowers in to score. Wilson around third in to score. Here's Godwin racing for third. The throw, the tag, and he is safe with a triple. And the Zephyrs take a 2-0 lead. Godwin, with his first triple of the season, his 11th and 12th runs batted in as he split the gap in right center field. And once again, a 2-out, nobody on base rally for the Zephyrs. There's Brandon Watson, the center fielder. Dino Evil would like to bring the lefty Collazo into face, and Willie's not ready yet. Watson has bounced to short and fly to left. The pitch. Fastball inside. The left-hand batter. Ball one. One ball, no strikes. Snyder ready to pitch. Swinging a broken bat roll at his second, but trying to up with it to throw to first in time for the out as the barrel of the bat ends up about 20 feet from the first base bag, but the Zephyrs cash in first on his Tuesday afternoon. With 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 5, it's now New Orleans 2 and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. Wiener Schnitzel is proud to be the official hot dog of Salt Lake Stingers. And to prove our love, we've got an exciting offer for all you baseball fans. It's Mini Mania month at Wiener Schnitzel. Right now, you can get our new mini chili dog for just 69 cents. Plus, come into Wiener Schnitzel and you can win a Mini Cooper or other great mini prizes. Think about that over a couple of mini chili dogs. So stop by any of the many Utah Wiener Schnitzel locations for some mini chili dogs. But hurry, Mini Mania lasts only for a mini time. Only at Wiener Schnitzel, the world's largest hot dog chain.
Accidents happen. And when they do, there's a name you already know. Larry H. Miller. The Larry H. Miller Collision Center is in downtown Salt Lake Marion Center. Featuring an exclusive 10-step program designed to get your car back on the road quickly. You'll start by receiving an estimate on the spot right after your vehicle is delivered. We'll go over the estimate with you and answer any of your questions. Plus, we'll help with arranging a rental car for you. When it comes to actual collision repair, Demonstrate our laser-guided system ensures 99.9% accuracy in returning your car to pre-accident condition. We perform all necessary metal work, painting, and clear coating to meet factory specs, and then thoroughly detail your vehicle and deliver it on time and to your satisfaction guaranteed. From the smallest dent to the biggest accident. Trust the name you already know. Larry's Miller Collision Center in Salt Lake, Sandy, and Murray. After all, you know this guy.
We go to the 6th inning. Stingers now trailing in the ball game for the first time. 2-0 the score to the Adam Paskovich, Casey Smith, and Zach Sorensen. The 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Stingers here in the 6th. Ed Yarnall has come on and pitched 2 scoreless innings after replacing T.J. Tucker, who threw 3 scoreless in his rehab assignment. 35-pitch limit Tucker, and he was able to squeeze 3 full innings out of it. Here's Adam Paskovich, who popped up to the first baseman, Rick Short, on the infield, his first time up. Well, the Stingers down the count 2-0. They've been out a hit in the ball game, 5-2. Pitch to Paskovich, swinging a smash fair inside the bag at third and down the left field line. Adam will take the turn at first, and he'll hustle towards second as Godwin tracks the ball down in the left field corner. And Adam Paskovich is aboard with a leadoff double. That's his 7th 2-base hit of the year. And now the Stingers have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Hit number 3 for the Stingers. So Paskovich with the double there. That extends his hitting streak to 5 games. Here's Casey Smith, who grounded out to short his first time up. And already in the step off of the rubber as the shortstop Bowers comes in behind the runner. Shortstop Bowers in behind Paskovich again. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a fastball away. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The outfield shaded towards right for Smith. Dement in on the grass at third. Casey showed no sign of a bunt there, obviously. Now Yarnall ready, the 0-1. Change up is flared, foul. Out of play down the right field side of the count, 0-2. No ball, 2 strikes the count. Yet tomorrow it'll be left-hander Clayton Andrews for Stingers at 2-0, taking on right-hander Brian Powell, 0-2 for the Z's. Now the 2-strike pitch to Smith. Curveball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Wilson, who goes down to both knees to smother the pitch. So the count on Smith, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Out for the order to follow. Yarnall ready. The pickoff for the second base, but getting the right hand in under the tag was Pavkovich as the shortstop Bowers came over to take the toss. One and two, the count on Smith. Yarnall now steps off, taking a lot of time now in between pitches. Big difference from last night when Sun-Woo Kim, as soon as he got the ball back from his catcher, he was ready to go. The 1-2. Casey takes high, ball 2. 2-2 the count as Yarnall missed with an off-speed delivery. Zach Sorensen is on deck. Yarnall ready, the 2-2. Swung on and hit in the air towards right. Sapicki back 2 steps, makes the catch. Tagging at second, Pavkovich, and he'll advance to third on the fly ball to right field. And now the first run of the ball game potentially for the Stingers at third base, 90 feet away from the pay station, and that'll bring up Zach Sorensen. Zach has flied to right and grounded to first base. Tomorrow's game, a 6:05 start Mountain Time, will be on the air at 5:45 with the on-deck circle. And on Thursday, Corey Lee will go for Salt Lake against Donnie Bridges, right-hander for the Zephyrs, and then it's on to Sacramento. A runner at third, 1 out. The infield back and seeing the run on a ground ball as Sorensen cues 1 foul off the end of his bat up the first base side. The count's 0-1. Willie Collazo throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen, so we'll likely see him to start the bottom of the 6th. Great effort by Scott Snyder today, going 5 full innings, giving up just 5 runs on 2 hits. Now the 0-1. Fastball high, and that evens the count at 1-1. Sorensen batting right-handed now, facing the left-hander Yarnall for the first time. Sacramento and Iowa, no score in the 5th on the upper scoreboard. The only other day game going on in the PCL of the major. 1-1 to Sorensen, a curveball that misses inside. The count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a ground ball anywhere but third brings home Pavkovich. The pitch. Change up high outside, ball 3. 3-1 to Sorensen with David Matrenga due next. Green 1 the count. Now Yarnall ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Here comes the run from third. The throw by Bowers to first. In time for the out, but now it's a 2-1 ball game. Sorensen driving in his 5th run since joining the Stingers on that infield out. They put the ball on the ground and in play. And so that makes it a 2-1 ball game now with 2 outs and the bases empty for David Matrenga. David 0 for 2, bounced back to the pitcher Yarnall, his last time up. First pitch misses for ball, 1-0. Matrenga homered last night in the first inning. Time called as the ball gets away from the Stingers bullpen. One ball, no strikes. Now Yarnall's pitch. Changed up high, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Matrenga. We mentioned earlier, Matrenga played here in New Orleans. The 2-0 pitch. Strike, a change up on the outside corner at the knees, 2-1. Played 4 games here in 01, spent all of 2002 here and most of 2003. Fastball up high. Did he go around? Yes, says first base umpire Darren Hyman, and the count's even at 2-2. But Tringa was bailing out of the way, but they say he went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Bringing the ground ball to third to his left. Scooped up by DeMent. And the throw to first retires the side. But the Stingers get on the board. 1 run, 1 hit. And nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now the Zephyrs 2 and the Stingers 1 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
On the next friend.
I'm Dr. Rosella.
Roy, this is a hospital, okay? That actually means something here.
Rachel's dad has an emergency.
Is it painful?
No, it's a heart attack is sitting here talking to you.
But it's Rachel who wants to play doctor.
I feel like I'd be taking advantage of you.
I'm giving you the advantage. Enjoy.
Did Ross do the right thing?
You had done the right thing. I would have woken up feeling comforted and satisfied.
On the next friend. Weeknights at 5 and 6, KJAS TV.
Owning my own dry cleaning shop, I'm all about fast business.
Dave Denton, Zion Bank SBA Express customer.
As a small business owner, I've got a million things taking up my time.
Did you get machine back up and running?
Yeah, just it. People want their clothes done right, and they want them done now. And I wanted my SBA loan the same way. Quick, convenient, and competitive.
Zion's Bank now offering SBA Express loans as low as 8.75%.
The people at Zion's Bank know I don't have a lot of time, so they make it easy.
The SBA Express loan involves less paperwork, and all SBA fees are waived for the life of the loan.
And with my SBA Express debit card, I get money when I need it most.
Hey, Dave, Bill Brady's on 3.
Thanks, tell him I'll be right there. I tell you, when it comes to getting fast, competitive funding from someone who actually knows your business, you can't beat Zion's Bank. They've been a top SBA lender for years, which means they'll be around as long as I need them.
For more information, call 1-877-315-0190 or visit zionsbank.com. Zions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Credit approval required. SBA fees waived for loans less than $150,000.
Willie Collazo comes on for the Stingers here in the bottom of the 6th. While New Orleans leading by a score of 2-1. Melvin Nieves, Rick Short, Matt Sapicki, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Nieves struck out twice against Schneider. The pitch down the middle, 0-1. For Collazo, this will be his 7th appearance, his 6th out of the bullpen. Swing a pop-up. Into shallow right, coming on Gorneau, the right fielder. Now is there, and he'll put it away for out number 1. So Nieves is retired. That'll bring up Rick Short, who's 1 for 2. Collazo in 14 and 2/3 innings has given up 16 hits, 9 runs all earned. He has struck out 7 and walked 6. Collazo 0-1 with a 5.52 earned run average. The PCL batting .302 against the southpaw Willie Collazo. First pitch on the way to Short. A fastball high and outside. Ball 1. Again, an outstanding outing. For Scott Schneider, the pitch is lifted in the air. Right center field. On the run, Brian Gordon is there, and he'll make the letter high catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Matt Sapicki. 1,943 the peg. More than last night. I didn't think that was possible. So here is Sapicki. Schneider goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He struck out a season-high 5, did not walk a batter, and threw 1 wild pitch, 69 pitches in 5 innings, so he was very economical out there with his pitches. Now Collazo's first pitch to Sapicki, a fastball high and inside to the left-hand batter, ball 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 New Orleans. Now the delivery from Collazo. Check swing roller to the right side. Matringa charging, gloving, and throwing to first in time for the out. So Collazo works a nice, clean 3 up, 3 down inning as we head to the 7th. It's New Orleans 2 and the Stingers 1 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
0-60 and 4.9. University of Utah Federal Credit Union's auto loans are going fast. This is no reason. At 4.9% APR for up to 60 months, you need to zoom in today to refinance your Hyatt Bank auto loan or finance the purchase of a new or used vehicle. In just minutes, you can arrange for low monthly payments and lock in a rate as low as 4.9% APR for up to 60 months. And for a limited time, get up to a $100 cash bonus. See them down to the University Federal Credit Union today.
Do you feel tired when you wake up? Do you
feel exhausted during the day? Have you ever dozed off in a meeting or while watching TV? If you answered yes, you may have sleep apnea. Millions of Americans suffer from sleep apnea and don't even know it. The professionals at Medline Medical can help you get the sleep you need. It is amazing how well you feel when you get a full night of refreshing sleep. Sleep Smart Gold is a proven program designed specifically for people with sleep apnea. Sleep apnea can be more harmful than just a poor night's sleep. High blood pressure and other cardiovascular complications are being diagnosed more and more frequently in patients with this disorder. A high percentage of these patients be treated by addressing sleep apnea. If you suspect someone might have sleep apnea, call the professionals at Med1 Medical at 800-258-5329. With the help of a doctor, a program will be designed for you to obtain a golden night's sleep. Call Med1 Medical and find out how Sleep Smart Gold can help you get the sleep you deserve. Call today, 1-800-258-5329.
Seventh inning, it's a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Zephyrs. Casey Kotzman, Luke Allen, and Jeff Mathis, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face left-hander Ed Yarnall. Yarnall again, normally a starter, but pushed back today to the bullpen because of the rehab assignment of T.J. Tucker. In his last outing, he took the loss against Colorado Springs here on the 19th. Gave up 6 earned runs on 9 hits in 5 innings and a 10-5 loss to the Sky Sox. He had won his 2 previous starts on the road at Albuquerque and Fresno. Here's Casey Kotzman, 0 for 2. Check swing bouncer to the mound his last time up. Takes a curveball over at the knee for his crack, and it's 0-1. Kotzman, Allen, and Mathis 2 up here in the 7th. Now the pitch. Curveball outside at the knees. 1-1 the count. Yarnall, 6'4", 245 in his 9th season, the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball behind the bag at first. Hits the first base bag and deflects down the right field line for a base hit. That is the 4th hit that we have seen in this series by the both teams combined that have hit the bag. And now the trainer, Mike Quinn, goes out for New Orleans and he checks on Yarnall, who may have hurt himself going over to try to cover first base. So Kotzman getting the single as that one up the first baseline. Rick Short looked like he was in position to make the play, but it hit the bag and bounced over his head. Charlie Corbell, the pitching coach, makes it out to the first baseline, but Quinn, the trainer, already heading back to the first base dugout. Although they're not, I don't think they're 100% convinced, but Yarnall says, don't worry, I'm all right. Now the tying run at first with nobody out for Luke Allen. He singled to center a second and fouled out third in the 4th. Pitch on the way. No sign of a bunt as Allen swings and loops one down the left field side. Racing over is Godwin to make the letter high catch for the out. Well, Godwin was shaded that way. He was able to make the running catch. So Allen retired on 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Jeff Mathis, who single left his last time up. Our Zions Bank 7th inning game summary. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Zephyrs. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for the Stingers. Zephyrs getting both of their runs in the 5th after 2 out and nobody out on a Tyrell Godwin double, or triple rather. Here's Mathis swinging, lifting the ball in the air to right. Sapicki back, but he'll have room about 10 feet from the track to make the catch for out number 2. The Stinger not showing very much patience as Kotzman reached on the single, and both Allen and Mathis are retired going after the first pitch. But now it's up to Brian Gordon, who's 0 for 2. Robbed of extra bases on a spectacular running catch in left center by Brandon Watson. Scott Snyder with 5 great innings as a starter, but right now will be tied with a loss. And that's your 7th inning game summary brought to you by Zions Bank. At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. Pitch to Gordon on the way. Foul back and out of play for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Yarnall ready in the pitch. Instead, the lob to first, and Husband hadn't strayed that far off the bag, and he wasn't going anywhere anyway. No balls, 1 strike the count on Gordon. Yarnall's pitch. Lyon takes a fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees. He's behind in the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Nick Corneau due next. Arnold ready, and the 2-strike delivery to Gordon. Swing and a fastball, a foul tip into the glove of Wilson for the strikeout, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time here in New Orleans with a score. The Zephyrs 2 and Stingers 1 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
SOS Staffing Services is a proud sponsor of Utah Jazz basketball. SOS Staffing Services is celebrating 30 years of helping Utah businesses put their best team on the court each day. SOS is suited up with cutting-edge technology in all areas of employee testing, so that when your team member arrives to work, you can be assured that they've been tested and screened to meet your team's high expectations. SOS Staffing Services also offers comprehensive background and drug testing solutions for your team members and for ours. So when you're out of town, Staffing Services call your company. Don't forget that with 25 offices located from St. George to Logan, SOS Staffing Services, Utah's home team.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we know how much you count on your vehicle. So when it needs repairs, body work, or a new windshield, where do you take it? Go to America's most recommended name in damaged vehicle repair. That's right. In an independent nationwide customer satisfaction survey, Abra Auto Body and Glass was the company most recommended to family and friends for quality of work, customer communication, and overall service. Why? Maybe it's our commitment to safety. Abra spends more to train our technicians than anyone else in the industry, and every repair meets our strict safety standards. Maybe it's our lifetime warranty that backs up all those repairs, or that Abra works with over 500 insurance companies nationwide to make your claims process a snap. Whatever the reason, Abra Auto Body and Glass is proud to be so highly regarded. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an appointment.
Go to the bottom of the 7th inning, 2-1 New Orleans, and Dan DeMint leading off. Takes high from Willie Colasso, ball 1. The 7th inning stretch brought to you by America First Credit Union. Click, call, or stop by the branch for any financial need you might have. The 1-0 pitch. Change-up strike on the outside corner above the knees, 1-1 at America First Credit Union, where members' needs come first. 1 ball, 1 strike on DeMint with Wes Carroll and Jason Bowers to follow. The pitch. Swung on, driven in the air to left center field. Allen racing back, won't get to it. It's over his head and all the way to the wall. Plays the carom off the fence, and DeMint's into second base with a leadoff double. Willie Colasso, who set the side down in order in the 6th, gives up the leadoff double to DeMint here in the 7th for DeMint, his 6th two-base hit of the season. Hit number 6 in the ball game for the Zephyrs, and that'll bring up Wes Carroll, who's 1 for 2. Grounded out to third his last time up. Checking the Abra scoreboard, still 0-0. Sacramento and Iowa in the 5th. Pitch is high, snap throw to second base. Gets by the shortstop Sorensen to the center field, but DeMint cannot advance as the center fielder Gordon quickly backs up the play. 1 ball, no strikes the count. On right-handed hitting Wes Carroll. Alonso ready, and the 1 ball pitch. Carroll shows bunt, lays it down third base side. Up with it is Patkovich charging and throwing to first in time for the out with Petrenga, the second baseman, taking the toss. So a successful 5-4 sacrifice for Wes Carroll. 1 out and a runner at third for Jason Bowers, who singled off of Scott Snyder's last time up. He's 1 for 2. So an excellent bunt that time by Wes Carroll, and for Carroll that was his first sacrifice bunt of the season. Infield in now all the way around, the runner at third and 1 out. Alonso ready in the pitch. Curveball strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. Mike Hart with the signs over at third. Tim Foley never leaves the dugout. He didn't even go out and make a pitching change in the middle of an inning last night. Charles Corbell, the pitching coach, did. The 0-1. Into the dirt. Snap throw to third. And back in safely is DeMint. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 2-1 New Orleans here in the bottom of the 7th. Stingers will have Corneau, Patkovich, and Smith, the bottom third of the order, at the top of the 8th inning. Colasso ready with a 1-1. Squeezes on, the bunt is laid down, the run will score. Colasso's only play will be to first. There's the first suicide squeeze we've seen all year, and it was executed perfectly by Jason Bowers. 1-3 on the putout with a run batted in, and it's a 2-run lead again for the Zephyrs at 3-1. So a double and 2 sacrifices. And the Zephyrs are back out in front by a pair. That'll bring up John Wilson with 2 out of the bases empty. Pitch on the way is popped up. Behind home plate, Mathis off with the mask near the screen, makes the basket catch to retire the side. 1 run, though, on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the 8th. It's now New Orleans 3, and the Stingers 1 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique addition to Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's not good.
Accidents happen. And when they do, there's a name you already know, Larry H. Miller. The Larry H. Miller Collision Center in downtown Salt Lake City, Kansas. He's exclusive 10-step product designed to get your car back on the road quickly. You'll start by receiving an estimate on the spot right after your vehicle is delivered. We'll go over the estimate with you and answer any of your questions. Plus, we'll help with arranging a rental car for you. When it comes to actual collision repair, Genesis, our laser-guided system, ensures 99.9% accuracy in returning your car to pre-accident condition. We perform all necessary metalwork, painting, and clear coating to meet factory specs, and then thoroughly detail your vehicle and deliver it on time and to your satisfaction, guaranteed. From the smallest dent to the biggest accident. Trust the name you already know. Larry Miller Collision Center in Salt Lake, standing in. After all, you know this guy.
In the top of the 8th inning for the Stingers, it'll be Nick Gorno, Adam Pakovich, and Casey Smith, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. The Dino Eagles batting order to face left-hander Ed Yarnall. Once again, the Stingers down by 2 at 3-1. Just a reminder that for every Stingers home run this season, Siegfried and Jensen will donate $100 to the Utah Special Olympics. Siegfried and Jensen, the law firm for accident victims. The Stingers this year have hit 39 home runs, making the total donation $3,900. Here's Nick Gorno, fly to center field his last time up. His activity in the Zephyr bullpen as a left-hander is up. That's Joe Horton as Gorno swings and misses at an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Yarnall in 4 innings has allowed 3 hits, 1 run with 1 strikeout, no walk. The pitch outside with a changeup, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Zephyrs, 1 run, 4 hits for the Stingers. The pitch just missed outside at the knees. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Stingers need a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Yarnall has been traded 3 different times in his professional career. The breaking ball misses low 3-1 by the Mets to the Marlins in the Mike Piazza deal. Traded by the Marlins to the Yankees in the Mike Lowell trade. 3 balls, 1 strike the count to go. Yarnall's pitch. Swinging a ground foul back behind the plate. 3-2 the count. And he was also traded by the Yankees along with Drew Henson and others to Cincinnati for Denny Nagel back in July of 2000. So some names have been involved, big names have been involved in trades that Yarnall has been a part of. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff. It's swung on and drilled into left field. A base hit. Racing over towards the corner is Godwin. It goes all the way to the wall. And Nick is on his way to second base with a leadoff double. 5th hit of the ball game for the Stingers as Gorno extends that hitting streak to 7 games. And now here's Adam Pakovich, who led off the 6th inning with a double and eventually came around to score the Only Stingers run. And now here is Papkovich. Again, the lefty Horgan throwing in the New Orleans bullpen. Corner men are in. The middle infielders are halfway. Pitch on the way to Papkovich. A changeup high, ball one. One ball, no strikes. As Arnold starting to get his pitches up in the strike zone. And sometimes out, as that one was. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss at a fastball. That evens the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike. They're in the bottom of the sixth at Des Moines. Iowa leading Sacramento now, 2-0. Orno on at second base. The 1-1 pitch to Papkovich. Fastball high and outside, ball two. 2-1 the count. Darnall last year in the International League fourth in walks issued with 58. Now the 2-1. High and outside, ball three. 3-1 the count on Papkovich. He was a AAA All-Star in 1999 with Columbus in the Yankees farm system, where he was 13-4 for the Clippers. Now Yarnall ready, the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up behind first base. Rick Short near the New Orleans bullpen, backpedaling to the cat. Ball out number one. And so the runner is not advanced, and that'll bring up Casey Smith, who's 0 for 2. Fly out to Sapicki in right field his last time up. Advancing Papkovich from second to third. 3-1 New Orleans here in the top of the eighth. Casey Smith, the batter. Yarnall, a part of the 1996 LSU National Championship team. Born in Pennsylvania, but now calls Baton Rouge home as Smith swings and taps one foul behind home plate. The count's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Casey Smith in his fifth pro season out of Troy, where he was a 34th round draft pick of the Angels. One strike the count on Smith as Yarnall delivers. Fastball strike on outside corner at the knees, and now Smith's in the hole, 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Max Sorensen is due next. Yarnall ready with the 0-2. Instead, he steps off and looks for runner Gordeau back to second base. Folks enjoying the swimming pool that's out in right field. In-ground pool up there where they have patios, picnics. Now the two-strike pitch. Fastball grounded foul for the coach's box at first. The count remains 0-2. No balls, two strikes. Stingers down by 2, trying to avoid their third straight loss. Lost the opening game of the road trip at Oklahoma, then won 2 in a row, but now have dropped 2 straight. Again, the 0-2 to Smith. Casey takes one in the dirt, blocked for the catcher Wilson, and the count's 1-2. That ball tossed out of play by home plate umpire Mark Morrow. Nick Gordeau started the inning off with a double, still there with 1 out. A good-sized lead out at second base as the 1-2 comes home. Swinging a foul back into the screen to the right of home plate, so it is still 1-2 as the ball falls into the New Orleans dugout. Outfield way around towards right for Casey. 1-2 the count on Smith. Yarnall ready. The glance towards second. A 1-2 home. Curveball to third. And that one banging off the left shin guard to catcher Wilson. The count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Casey. Looking for his first hit here in New Orleans. He's nothing out of 6 right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Darnall's pitch. Fastball low and outside. Ball 3. 3-2 the count. He's gone to 3 balls on all 3 hitters in the inning. Gorneau got the double. Pavkovich fouled out. Now let's see what Casey does with 3-2. Darnall ready. Here comes the payoff pitch. Curveball, strike 3 called, and Smith can't believe it. He thought it was inside. He was ready to toss the bat aside and go to first base. But instead, he is called out looking. Second strikeout for Yarnall. The 4th strikeout for New Orleans pitching in the ball game. That'll bring up Zach Sorensen. 0 for 3. Drove in a run with a ground out in the 6th inning. So Gorneau led off the inning with a double. 2 outs later, he is still stuck at second base. So here is Zach. Mike Casey looking for his first hit here in New Orleans. And the Stingers will need the 2-out base hit here. So the Stingers to capitalize. Now, Charlie Corbell, the pitching coach, who was with Edmonton last year, goes out to the mound to talk things over with the Arnold. And the lefty Horgan ready in the bullpen. And so now Corbell hits back towards the first base dugout. So 2 out, a runner at second base here in the top of the 8th inning. New Orleans leading 3-1. They scored 2 in the 5th and 1 in the 7th. Stingers scored their lone run in the 6th inning. Tim Foley, the manager of New Orleans, on the top step of the dugout, pushing DeVent back at third base a bit. And the pitch is Sorensen, a little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Zach, the switch hitter, batting right-handed against the lefty, Yarnall. 1-0 delivery. Strike on the outside corner above the knees, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield shaded towards right. The 1-1 from Yarnall. Line and off the glove of the leaping Bowers in the left field, a base hit. Gorneau takes the turn, will score easily on the RBI single by Zach Sorensen, and now it's a 3-2 ball game. A scorcher off the bat of Sorensen. Bowers timed his hit well, but he could not corral it, and that's going to be all for Yarnall. As the lefty Joe Horgan will come on to pitch. And we'll tell you all about him right after this. 1-minute timeout for pitching change on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
I don't see it in there. Nope, not in there either. Have you been looking all over for a credit card with a low interest rate and great benefits? Well, look over here. Isn't it amazing? It's the Cypress Credit Union Visa Platinum Credit Card. The Cypress Visa Platinum Credit Card has a low 8.9% APR on approved credit. And as a Platinum Preferred card holder, you receive a reward every time you use your card for purchases. Earn points toward airline miles and brand name merchandise, plus travel insurance and more. Summer is here, and a low-rate, no-annual fee Cypress Visa could sure help you take a great vacation. So apply today for a Cypress Credit Union Visa Platinum Credit Card with a low 8.9% APR. You can apply online at cypresscu.com or call our lending center at 260-7700.
Cypress Credit Union.
Left-hander Joe Horgan comes out to pitch now for New Orleans, inheriting a runner at first base, and 2 out. David Matrenga will be the batter. Horgan making his 12th appearance for the Zephyrs. In 12 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 8 runs for the Maroons. He has struck out 13 and walked 9. He's 2-0 with 1 save and an ERA of an even 3. The PCL batting .250 against Horgan, who last year pitched for Memphis, Edmonton, and Montreal. He's also appeared in the PCL with Fresno from 01 through 03. So it's now a one-run game again at 3-2. And the batter, David Matringa. Sorensen at first. 0 for 1 in the stolen base department as he was thrown out last night trying to steal in his first attempt as a Stinger. First pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Joe Horgan, 6'1", 200 pounds, 27 years old. He'll turn 28 on June the 7th. One strike on Matringa. Sorensen the lead at first. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside corner under the belt, and Matringa's quickly in the hole, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The outfield deep. They don't want a ball headed to the gap. The pitch. Low outside. 1-2 the count. Horgan, 47 major league games pitched, all with the Expos last year. 1-2 the count on Matringa as Horgan deals. Instead, the toss to first sends Sorensen back. He was 4-1 with 2 saves and 47 appearances for the Expos and a 3.15 earned run average. Now Horgan ready, the 1-2. Matringa swings and chops one to third, and it takes a bad hop under the glove of DeMent. Sorensen will stop at second base. DeMent was there ready for the knee-high hop, but it stayed down on him and went under his glove for a base hit. So now the potential tying run is in scoring position. Matringa, the potential go-ahead run at first, and now here's Casey Kochman, who's 1 for 3 in a lefty-lefty matchup. Again, Kochman this year hitting .347 against lefties. Left-handed batters are hitting .333 against Horgan. So 2 on, 2 out of the pitch. Kochman swings and fouls back into the screen. Strike 1. 3-2 New Orleans here in the top of the 8th inning. Sorensen the tying run at second. Matringa the go-ahead run at first with 2 out. Now the 0-1. Swung on, grounded, and it's just foul outside the bag at third. Wow. That ball was a couple of inches away from being a 2-run double. And now Kochman's in the hole, 0-2. Couldn't get any closer than that if not have it be a fair ball. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Kochman. Horgan looks in, gets his sign from Wilson. The left-hander ready, checks the runner at second, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third, off the body of DeMent, who picks up it off the ground and throws to first in time for the out to retire the side. The Stingers get a run out of all that. On 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now New Orleans 3 and the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Cholesterol. We fear it so much that cholesterol-lowering drugs are now the #1 drug in America, and they are not harmless. My name is Andrew Lessman, and as a biochemist, I have searched for over 20 years for a safe method that everyone could use to lower cholesterol. And now, with the discovery of Colox, that search is over. For the first time in history, our government has actually approved a non-drug therapy to lower cholesterol. And unlike other products, the unique ingredient in Colox is approved by the FDA. So I can guarantee that Colox will safely lower your cholesterol 30 points in just 30 days, or it's free. So call 800-800-FREE to get yours today. That's 800-800-3733. Or visit Colox.com at CHOLOX.com. With Colox, you have nothing to lose but dangerous cholesterol or cholesterol-lowering drugs. So call 800-800-FREE and lower your cholesterol 30 points in just 30 days, guaranteed. Colox is not available in stores.
Taco Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Monte made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh Mexicans in a Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Stingers back to within a run at 3-2. It's the top of the order for the Zephyrs to face left-hander Willie Collazo, who begins his 3rd inning of relief for the Stingers. Tyrell Godwin is the man who put the Zephyrs ahead in the 5th inning with his 2-run triple with 2 outs, and he takes high ball 1. 1 ball to count to the left-hand batter as Collazo deals. Bringing a chopper to the right side. Matrenga comes in for it, takes the letter high bounce, and flips it to first for out number 1. Brings up Brandon Watson, who's 0 for 3. Then that doubleheader will be on June 2nd between the Stingers and Portland. Not only is that Thursday, but it's college night. Bring your college ID and get 2 tickets for the price of 1. So here's Brandon Watson, who's 0 for 3. Grounded out to the second baseman Matrenga his last time up. In the 9th, the Stingers will have Luke Allen, Jeff Mathis, and Brian Gordon do up. Pitch on the way, drag bunt by Watson, gets it by Collazo, and that's going to mean a base hit. Drag bunt up the right side, and once he pushed it past Collazo, there was no way Matrenga was going to throw out Watson. So an infield single for Watson. Hit number 7 in the ball game for the Zephyrs. That'll bring up Melvin Nieves, who has struck out twice and flied to right field. Well, he needs to keep it at a 1-run deficit going into the 9th. Collazo from the belt, the pitch to Nieves. Swung on and lifted in the air to center field. Gordon going back, still going back to the wall. It's gone. A 2-run home run for Melvin Nieves just over the barrier at the 400-foot sign as the wind picked that one up and lifted it out, and it's now 5-2 Zephyrs. For Nieves, his 5th home run for New Orleans this year. And now it's the biggest lead of the ball game, a 3-run advantage now for New Orleans. That'll bring up Rick Short, who's 1 for 3. There's a pitch that misses for a ball, 1-0. Collazo now has given up 5 home runs in 17 innings. There's a pitch line into right center field, a base hit. Played on the roll by Brian Gordon, and Rick Short's aboard with his 2nd hit of the ball game. So 3 straight hits now here in the 8th inning. And the batter will be Matt Sipicki, who's 0 for 3. Grounded out to second base his last time up. And the Stingers extremely short-handed. Right now they're 3 short as far as players in uniform is concerned, or are concerned. The pitch on the way to Sipicki. Strike. 0-1. If Chris Prieto can avoid being claimed on waivers today, he should be eligible to play for the Stingers tomorrow against the Zephyrs, as he was designated for assignment off the 40-man roster to make room for Joel Peralta yesterday. Move to first, and Short is back. I would think that Greg Jones down at extended spring may be ready to go soon. Ball continues to go well for Greg. Now the move to first again, and Short is picked off at first base as he went back in standing up. 1-3 on the pickoff. Again, tell you what, Casey Kotzman would make a good fighter as far as his quick hands are concerned. He applies the tag as quick as anybody as I've ever seen. So 2 outs and the bases are empty now, and the 0-1 to Sipicki. Curveball strike on the inside corner to Denise, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Now Collazo's pitch. Inside, almost hit him as Sipicki jackknifes to get out of the way of that fastball. The count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a swing and a ground ball foul just outside the bag at first. Boy, what might have been in the top of the inning, the Stingers had scored 1, 2-1, and Casey Kotzman grounded one that missed being a 2-run double by inches at third base. The 1-2, Sapicki takes a curveball in the dirt. 2-2, but in this game you can drive yourself crazy with 1 hit. Two balls, 2 strikes to count. Now Collazo deals. Bringing another ground ball. This one is just foul outside the bag at first, and it's 2-2. Sapicki eyeing that one. He thought maybe that one was fair. Hector Ortiz, the catcher for New Orleans, who is coaching first base right now, disagreeing with a call from Darren Hyman, the first base umpire. The 2-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. But the damage has been done. 2 runs on the home run by Nieves. 3 hits altogether, and nobody left on base. We go to the 9th. It's the Zephyrs 5 and the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
This Memorial Day, we salute you, Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Mr. Backyard Bug Zapper Inventor.
Not content to harmlessly repel insects with lotion, you discovered a way to fry them with electricity until their bodies explode. Ah, the sounds of summer. Crickets chirping, birds singing, the blood-curdling scream of a moth having 700 volts of electricity shoot through its body. Every night, a magical explosion of exoskeleton and insect goo that can only mean one thing. Summer's here. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. June Bug Blaster, then sit back and watch the fireworks. Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Fresh taste salads. Sonic's got them, others don't. For a fresh, hearty meal with a Southwestern flair, try Sonic's newest creation, the Ranchero Salad. Crispy lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and carrots, topped with meaty chili, crunchy Fritos corn chips, shredded Colby Jack cheese, picante sauce, and of course, one of Sonic's signature golden onion rings. It's a unique edition of Sonic's Fresh Taste Salads. The new Ranchero Salad. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Well, their work is cut out for the Stingers now as they trail by 3 heading into the 9th. The 2 batters have to reach base just to bring the tying run to the plate. Luke Allen, Jeff Mathis, Brian Gordon do up against left-hander Joe Horgan. There's a righty up now in the New Orleans bullpen in case Horgan runs into trouble. Allen takes a curveball and at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Allen 1 for 3 with a single back in the 2nd inning. Now Horgan's pitch. Allen swings and pops it up foul. Third base side into the upper deck. Our Med 1 Medical sleep deprivation error of the game goes to the fan in the upper deck to the first base side who fumbled the ball 3 times as the ball bounced off the steps and eventually fell into the lower deck. He was booed for 5 minutes. The 0-2 pitch is sliced foul out of play third base side, and it's still 0-2. If you suspect you or someone you know may have sleep apnea, call the professionals at Med 1 Medical. Now the pitch. Curveball grounded right side to second baseman. Carroll can't flag it down. It's into right field, and Allen is aboard to start the 9th. Now it goes a base hit for Allen, his 2nd of the ball game, and that'll bring up Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 3. Flat out to right his last time up.
And church growth. Developing friendships with other church members are a key reason why many individuals thrive.
One on now. Stingers need one more batter to reach base to bring the tying run to the plate. Mathis the batter. Oh, there was insurance run. Pitch. Down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Willie Collazo touched for 3 runs in his 3 innings of relief. Every time the Stingers closed the gap, he would give up something. Tough day for Willie. The 0-1. Change up strike on the outside corner at the belt, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 5-2 Zephyrs here in the ninth. Morgan ready. The pitch to Mathis. Swinging a foul at home plate. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Mathis. Allen at first. Nobody out here in the ninth. The Stingers trailing by 3. Last night they were down 1, scored 3, only to have the Zephyrs get 3 of their own in the bottom of the inning for the win. A 2-strike pitch on the way. Change up high and outside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Morgan out of Sacramento City College. Originally 11th round draft pick of Cleveland in 1996.
The deal allows an up or down vote on 3
1-2 the count on Mathis. The pitch. Swinging a pop foul coming back out of play onto the roof. This facility located right next to the New Orleans Saints practice facility. 1-2 the count on Mathis. Now Horgan from the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball up about chin high, and that's out number 1. First strikeout for Horgan, the 5th for New Orleans pitching in the ball game. So 1-on, 1-out for Brian Gordon, who's 0 for 3. Again, robbed of extra bases and a potential run batted in on a spectacular catch in the alley in left center field by Brandon Watson back in the 5th inning. There's a pitch, curveball in at the knees for a strike. And the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung out in a deep drive to right center field. Sapicki going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for Brian Gordon. And it's now the Zephyrs 5 and the Stingers 4. Brian Gordon with his 4th home run of the year and his 15th and 16th runs batted in. And another $100 is donated to the Utah Special Olympics, courtesy of Siegfried and Jensen. Look at that home run just in the bottom of the 8th inning. And now it's a 1-run game, but still 1 out of the 9th inning. And the batter now will be Nick Corneau, who's 1 for 3. Doubled and scored his last time around.
Blood cord stem cell bill. It calls for research using only stem
now the
cells.
pitch. Swing and a miss. Now the breaking ball down and in, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Corneau. Outfield deep for Nick. As Horgan delivered. Curveball inside, and that evens the count at 1-1. The lefty Horgan on the mound, but ironically, as the 2 left-handed batters have hit, the right-handed batter struck out. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a tap foul behind home plate, and now the count on Corneau is 1-2. Adam Pavkovich would be next. Well, in a situation, you always hope that in the 9th inning you can at least get the tying run to the plate. The Stingers have done that.
I strongly believe that individuals...
Eric Sear is up in the Salt Lake pen, just in case there is a bottom of the 9th.
On their credit card, what it means...
Horgan's pitch. Curveball lifted in the air towards left. Godwin going back. It's up there, and it's gone. Tie game. Nick Corneau with his 7th home run of the year, and we're all even at 5-5. Nick Corneau reaching out on the off-speed pitch and lifting it onto the patio in left. And we're back to square one. Nick Corneau ties the game, and that's going to be all for Joe Horgan, as he gives up back-to-back home runs. Only the 2nd time this season the Stingers have been able to hit back-to-back home runs. The other time it happened, it was the reverse order. Dick Gorneau followed by Brian Gordon. Here it's Gordon followed by Gorneau. We'll tell you about the new Zephyr pitcher after this on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. Serious about dirt? So is Yamaha. And now's the perfect time to drive a serious bargain. Because for a limited time, you can get any new Yamaha motorcycle or ATV for as low as $39 a month for 24 months. Plus, get up to $200 cash back on select models, off-road or on, two-wheels or four, at Stedman's Recreation Yamaha. We're offering serious savings, special financing plus cash back. But this offer ends soon, so get down to Stedman's Recreation Yamaha today. Visit Stedman's Recreation on Main in Tooele.
Finance offer good through 53105 on any 2005 or any prior year Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, or scooter, excluding FAR and Rhino models. On the Yamaha card, subject to credit approval. Reduced rate at lowest 4.9% APR and $39 monthly payment good for 24 months of account is current. The maximum amount financed $2,000. Thereafter, the standard rate up to 21% APR will apply and minimum monthly payments are required. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for detailed and make recommendations. Yamaha recommends an approved trading course. Call 1-800-887-2887. Dealer participation may vary.
Travis Hughes comes on the pitch. Yesterday he came on, gave up the two-run home run to Adam Patkovich, who's going to get tagged with a loss. Actually, no, the loss would have gone to Chris Schroeder, but regardless, but he gets the win. So he got an early birthday present. His birthday's actually tomorrow when he'll turn 27 years old. So Travis Hughes on him. He'll face Adam Patkovich, whom he faced to start on of his appearance last night of the ninth, and Patkovich hit a two-run home run off of him. 5-5 now the score here in the ninth. The pitch to Adam, a fastball outside, ball one. Hughes overall making his 22nd appearance. He's 2-2 with 2 saves and a 2.16 earned run average for the Zephyrs. The 1-0 pitch to Patkovich. Fastball outside at the knees, ball two. 2-0 the count. Again, Eric Sear up in the Salt Lake bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes. Got Snyder now off the hook for the launch. 2-0 pitch is fouled back, 2-1. He pitched a whale of a ball game for 5 innings. Well, it's a good thing that he'll end up now with a no decision. 2-1 to Patkovich. Strike on the inside corner under the letters, and the count's even at 2-2. In the bottom of the ninth inning, it'll be Dement, Carroll, and Bowers, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Zephyrs. Morgan ready, and the 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees, and that retires Patkovich for out number 2. That'll bring up Casey Smith, who's 0 for 3. Called out on strikes his last time up. Well, here's Casey now.
Just as I have loved you, you should love each other.
Again, it's back-to-back homers by Brian Gordon and Nick Gorneau. Gordon with a man on has tied the game here at 5 in the ninth inning. Pitch to Casey, a sinker down low, ball one. Travis Hughes, 6'5", 230, in his 8th year out of Cowley County Community College in Kansas. The 1-0. Swung on and sliced foul out of play first base side. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers have played some nail biters on this road trip. Every game but one's been decided by 2 runs or less. Here's a curveball grounded out towards Carroll at second. He gobbles it up and throws to first, and that retires the side. But the Stingers score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's now the Stingers 5 and New Orleans 5 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Papa Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Beef with a Monte made-to-order burrito or a pile of ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty fresh mess with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Owning my own dry cleaning shop, I'm all about fast business.
Dave Denton, Zions Bank SBA Express customer.
As a small business owner, I've got a million things taking up my time.
Did you get machine 6 up and running?
Yeah, just fix it. People want their clothes done right, and they want them done now. And I wanted my SBA loan the same way. Quick, convenient, and competitive.
Zions Bank is now offering SBA Express loans as low as 8.75%.
The people at Zions Bank know I don't have a lot of time, so they make it easy.
The SBA Express loan involves less paperwork, and all SBA fees are waived for the life of the loan.
And with my SBA Express debit card, I get money when I need it most.
Hey, Dave, Bill Brady's on free.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right there. I tell you, when it comes to getting fast, competitive funding from someone who actually knows your business, you can't beat Zions Bank. They've been a top SBA lender for years, which means they'll be around as long as I need them.
For more information, call 1-877-315-0190 or visit ZionsBank.com. Zions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Credit approval required. SBA fees waived for loans less than $150,000.
Ball game now. Man-to-man, West Carroll, Jason Bowers, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Zephyrs. For Sear, this will be his 15th appearance of the year. He's 1-1 with one save at a 2.45 earned run average. The PCL batting at even 200 against Derek. Dement 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the 7th inning. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball right down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here in his last outing at Oklahoma gave up 1 run on 2 hits in 1 inning of work on the 22nd. The 0-1 delivery, and Dement takes a curveball low, ball 1. Stingers with Allen, Gordon, and Gorneau in left, center, and right. Pavkovich, Sorensen, Matrenga, and Konchman, the infield third to first. The battery of Sear pitching, and Mathis catching. The 1-1. Dement takes a changeup just a little bit high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Sear going to the back of the mound to collect himself. Maybe he was squeezed a little bit on that one. Look at the numbers on Collazo's line in just a moment as Sear delivers the 2-1. Fastball high, 3-1. Collazo, 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 strikeout, no walks, and 1 home run allowed. 6'4", 210-pound Eric Sear getting ready to deliver the 3-1 pitch to Dement. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and that fills the count at 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 9th, tied at 5. Stingers trailing the entire game from the 5th inning on after being tied at 0. The 3-2 payoff pitch is low, ball 4, and Sear walks the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 9th. That'll bring up Wes Carroll, who's 1 for 2. Sacrifice bunter his last time up and will likely do the same here. The lefty is up in the New Orleans bullpen just in case. We have a 10th inning. That is likely Matt White. Stingers hoping for a 10th. Runner at first, nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Pavkovich creeping in at third. The pitch. Carroll's punt, first base side. Sear up with it. Glove turns and tosses to first for the out. So Wes Carroll, for the 2nd time in the game, executes a successful sacrifice punt. 1-3 on the put out. He didn't have any coming into this game. Now he has 2. So now the potential winning run out at second base. Dement looking around at the outfield defense, gauging his thoughts on what they could do, or what he could do on a base hit to the outfield. And now pitching coach Bryn Smith takes the long walk out to the mound to discuss the situation with Eric Sear. Jason Bowers drove in a run his last time up, laying down a successful suicide squeeze bunt. So the entire infield and battery in on the conversation. As the home plate umpire, Mark Morrow, goes out to break it up. 5-5 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As the meeting has adjourned, Bryn Smith heading back to the third base dugout. A runner at second base, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Zephyrs trying to pull off their 2nd straight last at bat win, and now they're going to put Bowers on to face John Wilson. So Bowers getting the intentional walk. That'll set up the fourth play. Wilson so far in this game, 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 5th inning. So ball 3 has been delivered, and in just a moment, ball 4. Ball 4 has been delivered. So runners at first and second base, 1 out, and John Wilson will be the batter. Wilson with Edmonton last year. But did not face Sear, who did not face Edmonton, as Eric only appeared in 2 games for the Stingers. So runners at first and second, 1 out. Wilson the batter. He fouled out to the catcher Mathis his last time up. Outfield cheating in a bit. The pitch to Wilson is foul, backing out of play for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Wilson last year against Salt Lake, 7 for 24, a .292 average with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted. And again, he's 1 for 3 today, singled and scored in the 5th. Now the 0-1. Curveball is low, and that evens the count 1-1. Again, this all started with a leadoff walk. Wes Carroll sacrificed Dement to second, and then Bowers was intentionally passed to set up the fourth play. 1-1 the count on Wilson as Sear delivers. Swung on and lifted down the right field line, slicing towards the New Orleans bullpen. Gorneau is there to make the catch. Fine play by Gorneau, and there's 2 outs here in the 9th. He had to come a long way. He had to worry about the bullpen mound. He had to worry about the Zephyr relievers who weren't going to go out of their way to get out of his way. But now here's the tough Tyrell Godwin, who's 1 for 4. Grounded out to the second baseman Matrenga his last time up, but drove in the first 2 runs of the ball game with a triple in the 5th inning. Dement carrying the potential winning run in his back pocket at second. The outfield in and around towards left. The pitch to Godwin is sliced foul just outside the bag at third, down into the Stingers bullpen for strike 1. Nice grab by a fan leading over the railing. 0-1 the count on Godwin. Infield back. The outfield, as I mentioned, in a bit and around towards left. Lefty against lefty matchup here. The pitch comes home on the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball. Base hit into left field. Here comes the runner around third. Here comes Allen's throw to the plate, and he is going to be down as Mathis hangs onto the ball as Dement barreled him over. A strong one-hop throw to the plate. Mathis able to glove it and hang on as Dement tried to run him over. And we'll have ourselves an extra inning ball game today. 7-2 on the putout of Dement at the plate as the Stingers keep the winning run from scoring. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. We go to the 10th. Stingers 5, Zephyrs 5 on ESPN 1230.
Here in Utah, it's gone from wet to wetter to the absolute wettest. Floods, runoff, and overflow have caused Utah's drinking water system to become compromised. So, what can you do to make sure the water your family uses is safe and mineral-free? You can go to your locally owned Ace Hardware store and check out their full line of water filtration products from Culligan. Ace has the Culligan HD950 filter. The HD950 filter can help remove heavy silt from your water and do it with ease. If you're having problems with high mineral content, ask your Ace dealer about a water softener system from U.S. Filter Systems. Culligan is the most recognized name in America when it comes to water care products. And with all the moisture affecting Utah the way it is, now is the perfect time to check out the Culligan display at Ace.
For the very best in water filtration products, get your HD 950 Filter U.S. Filter System water softener from Ace. Ace, the helpful place.
Weight Watchers meetings are a little like a new car. A car? Yeah. You can take a test drive without paying. You mean I can go to a Weight Watchers meeting for free? You got it. And then make up my mind. Exactly. No cost, no obligation, just like a test drive. Great, I know. People who go to Weight Watchers meetings lose 3 times more weight than people who go it alone. Find out why for free. Weight Watchers. Watch yourself change. 3 times claim as reported in the AMA Journal. In participating areas only. See WeightWatchers.com for details.
Go to the 10th inning, extra inning ball game, and left-hander Matt White comes on now for the Zephyrs, making his 17th appearance in 22 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 24 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned. He has struck out 29 and walked 12. No decisions or saves, a 3.97 earned run average. The PCL batting .276 against left-hander Matt White. He'll face the top of the Stingers' order, Zach Sorensen, David Petringa, and Casey Kochman. Zach Sorensen, 1 for 4 with a couple of RBI, and he takes a strike from White, 0-1. Stingers 3-1 in extra inning games this year, while the Zephyrs are 2-4. The 0-1 pitch, curveball inside, 1-1 the count on Sorensen. Stingers last played an extra inning game on the 5th of May at Portland, losing 3-0 in the 10th on a 3-run home run by Josh Barfield. Now the 1-1 to Sorensen. Fastball high, ball 2. Matt White, 6'1", 180 in his 8th year. 2 appearances last year against Salt Lake for Omaha, no decisions. 2-1, and White stops in the middle of his delivery, but no harm with the bases empty. At a 5.40 earned run average. Did appear in 6 big league games in 03, 3 for the Red Sox and 3 for the Mariners. The 2-1 to Sorensen. Swinging a foul back to the base of the screen. The count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stingers with a 3-run 9th inning. A 2-run homer by Brian Gordon. A solo shot by Nick Gordeau, tying it up. The 2-2. Swing and a foul back. Sorensen trying to get something going here in the 10th. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 8th. Also drove in a run with a ground out in the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. White's pitch. Swung on and fouled back over the screen. White, the 5th pitcher employed by Tim Foley. Travis Hughes retired both batters he faced in 2/3 of an inning. In the bottom of the 8th at Des Moines, Iowa still leading Sacramento 2-0. 2-2 to Sorensen is popped up behind home plate. Wilson to the screen. Will he have room? No, it's on this side of the screen. Now the count remains 2-2. Sorensen battles White here. Leading off the 10th inning. Lines identical across the scoreboard. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. White's last outing, he gave up an unearned run on 2 hits in an inning and 2/3 on the 21st. Here against Colorado Springs, the 2-2 into the dirt. Skipped by the catcher Wilson for ball 3. 3-2 the count. Well, Tim Foley has used up his supply of left-handed pitchers today. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is lined through the middle and into center field, a base hit, and Sorensen's aboard to start the 10th inning. His 2nd hit of the ball game, hit number 11 for Salt Lake. That'll bring up David Petringa, who's 1 for 4. He singled to left his last time up. Well, let's see how manager Dino Evil plays it here. He could send Sorensen. He could try to bunt him over with Petringa, maybe try a hit and run. New Orleans is thinking punt. Dement already 4 steps in on the infield grass at 3rd. White ready, the pitch. Petringa shows bunt and takes low for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Petringa, whose base hit in the 8th inning extended his hitting streak to 7 games. Now some activity beginning to stir in the New Orleans bullpen. Scott Dunn, meanwhile, stretching out in the Salt Lake pen. The 1-0 pitch. Petringa bunts. First base side, it's a good one. Up with it, the first baseman short. His throw to first in time for the out. So a successful sacrifice by Petringa moves Sorensen into scoring position. 3-4 on the put out. One away for Casey Kotzman, who's 1 for 4. Facing yet another left-handed pitcher. But Kotzman and Allen, 2 lefties, facing southpaw Matt White, with a chance to bring home the go-ahead run. Kotzman grounded out to third his last time up after missing a 2-run double by inches. A hot ground ball just outside the bag at third, and now the catcher Wilson goes out to have a word with White. In the bottom half of the 10th inning, Zephyrs will have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Watson, Nieves, and Short due up. A tough part of the Zephyr order coming up in the bottom of the 10th. As Scott Dunn throws in the Salt Lake bullpen. First pitch to Kotzman. Curveball missed high, ball 1. 1-0, the count on Casey. 3 still blowing out towards right. The infield back, the outfield playing Casey to pull. Time called. You don't see that very often. Most teams play him the other way. And Sorensen, good speed out at second base. White ready, and the 1-0. Kotzman swings, grounds one right side. A diving stop by the second baseman Carroll, who gets up and throws high, but Short pulls it in for the out. A sliding stop by Carroll to keep that one from getting through, and scoring Sorensen, who moves to third base on the play. So 2 outs, and it's up to Luke Allen to come up with a 2-out base hit for the Stingers to cash in. He's 2 for 4 with a single to right, his last time up. Checking the numbers, White has 3 wild pitches. A 4th one would look good here. There's more room behind home plate here than any park in the league. There's a pitch of strength. 0-1. As Allen takes one down the middle under the letters. No balls, 1 strike. Sorensen at third. Tied at 5 here in the top of the 10th. White ready from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to Short. Bowers to his right. Has it go through his legs into left field. Sorensen scores the go-ahead run on the error by Bowers, and it's 6-5 Salt Lake. As that one went right through the wicket at Short. Well, the Stingers, the way things have gone, will take it. Obviously, no RBI for Allen. This is not the best infield in the world. Matter of fact, it's one of the poorest in the league. Now here's Jeff Mathis. And he swings and misses for a strike. 0-1 as he tries to add to the Stingers' lead. No balls, 1 strike. And now White steps off. Again, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters will be due up for the Zephyrs in the bottom of the 10th. Jeff Mathis would like to add a Geico insurance run here. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. That gets through the hole to left field for a base hit. Allen will have to stop at second base. So Mathis has his second hit, and here's Brian Gordon, who got the comeback started in the 9th inning with his 2-run home run. High up on the berm in right center field. So Allen at second, Mathis at first. Now White ready, the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul. Third base side out of play. Strike 1. Scott Dunn, again, a tough set of hitters due up in the bottom of the 10th. And Brandon Watson, Melvin Nieves, Rick Short, a left-handed hitter, a switch hitter, and a right-handed bat. White ready, and the 0-1 to Gordon. Swing and a smash, just foul outside the bag at first. 0-2, the count on Bryan. So back to second goes Allen. To first goes Mathis. A wild and woolly ball game after a very quiet first 5 innings or so. No balls, 2 strikes. White ready in the pitch. Long on line, left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Godwin plays the ball on the hop. Here comes Allen around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. Cut off. Throw back to first, safe. And it's now 7-5 Salt Lake as the Stingers caught a real break there. That throw was headed to the plate. They had a chance to get Allen, but for some reason, the ball was cut off by the third baseman, Dement. So Gordon with an RBI single, and now it's 7-5 Salt Lake. With runners at first and third, 2 out. Boy, a huge break there for the Stingers. Well, I thought Allen was going to be dead to right. A good strong throw by Godwin, who played the single off the one hop. But for some unknown reason, Dement, who was no more than, say, 20 feet in front of home plate, cut it off. So now Nick Gorneau, the batter, and that's going to be all for Matt White. A new pitcher coming on for the Zephyrs. We'll tell you all about him after this. 1-minute timeout for a pitching change on ESPN 1230.
Serious about dirt? So are Yamaha ATVs. And now's the time to get a seriously smoking deal on a brand new Yamaha. Because right now, every new super sporty, super tough Yamaha ATV can be yours for as low as $39 a month for the first 24 months. Plus, get up to $200 cash back on select models. Sport or utility, hard charging or hard working, now's the time to make crafts down to Escape Motorsports for a seriously great deal. Escape Motorsports, 1480 North State in Provo. Finance offer good for $531.05 on any new 2005 or new prior year Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, or scooter in the Blue FDR and Rhino models. A Yamaha card, subject to credit approval. Reduced rate as low as 4.9% APR and $39 monthly payment good for 24 months if account is kept current. Maximum amount financed, $8,000. Thereafter, the standard rate is up to 21.99% APR. Will apply and minimum monthly payments will be required. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for details and 8 recommendations. Yamaha recommends an approved training course.
Corker in the city pitcher employed by the Zephyrs this afternoon comes on, making his 15th appearance of the year. 12 and 2/3 innings. He's given up 17 hits, 13 runs, 11 earned. He has struck out 7 and walked 6. He's 2-3 with 1 save at a 7.82 earned run average. The PCL batting .321 against the right-hander Roy Corcoran, who last year in 3 appearances against the Stingers for the Edmonton Trappers, 1-2, and picked up a save at another, and did not allow a single run. Here's Nick Gorneau, who tied the game in the 9th with his home run to left field that followed the 2-run blast by Gordon. Stingers now with 2 runs here in the 10th, leading 7-5. The runs are unearned. Runners at first and third for Gorneau. There's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1, and that run that just scored is your Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time the Stingers score a run after the 5th that adds to a lead. That's the Geico Insurance run, and your local Geico agents will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund. Check your yellow pages to call your local Geico office today. A 1-strike pitch to Gorneau. There goes the runner Gordon at first. The pitch outside. They bluff towards third and nearly throw it away. Only a diving catch by Dan Dement at third kept that one from going into left field and scoring another run. Well, they had Mathis picked off dead to rights over there. Like I said, Gordon, but Mathis, they had him picked off dead to rights there. But to throw a bad one and nearly into left field. Now the 1-1 to Gorneau from the right-hander Corcoran. Fastball drilled to the right field, a base hit. That's headed towards the corner, and it's going to score 2. Here comes Mathis. Here comes Gordon. Gorneau into second base with a 2-run double. And now the Stingers lead by a score of 9-5. Nick Gorneau with his 3rd extra base hit of the ball game. 4 runs across here in the 10th after the Stingers scored 3 in the 9th to take the lead. That'll close the books on Matt White. 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs. They're all unearned. No walks or strikeouts, and now here's Adam Pavkovich. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Well, the Stingers bouncing off the canvas after last night's disappointing ending. But, of course, there are still 3 outs to get in the bottom of the 10th. The 1-0 to Pavkovich on the way. Fastball just outside of the knees, and the count is 2-0. That's a final in Des Moines. Iowa shut out Sacramento 2-0. Norton the winner 1-2. Glynn the loser 3-5. Van Buren with his 5th save for Iowa. 2 balls, no strikes on Pavkovich. The pitch. Swung on and foul. Back out of play, and the count's 2-1. Again in the bottom half of the 10th inning, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Brandon Watson, Melvin Nieves, and Rick Short, are due up for the Zephyrs. 9-5 Salt Lake here in the 10th inning. The pitch. Swing a ground ball to third. The Mets got it. The throw to first in time for the out, and that retires the side. But the Stingers come up big in the 10th. 4 unearned runs on 4 hits, a costly error, and 1 runner was left on base. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's the Stingers 9, New Orleans 5 on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
So it's spring, and you can't wait to get out indoors and take the family to Mulligan's Golf and Games. You'll enjoy 36 holes of miniature golf, the state's largest driving range, baseball and softball batting cages, practice greens and bunkers, along with 2 beautiful 9-hole golf courses. At Mulligan's, they offer something for the entire family. And coming soon, Mulligan's will have the famous iceberg shake. Mulligan's, open early and fully lighted well into the night. Mulligan's, half-mile west of I-15 on 106 South, open every day. But Christmas.
Morris Murdoch Travel can fly you to Hawaii from just $709 complete, including round-trip air and 5 nights accommodations. Just $709 complete. At that price, you can afford to enjoy the Aloha spirit in Hawaii, America's premier vacation destination. Sold into the sun and fun of Hawaii from just $709 for air and 5 nights hotel. Valid on select departure dates. Some restrictions apply. Call Morris Murdoch Travel at 1-888-999-4646 for details. Or plan to take the family to Disneyland for just $181 per person, quad occupancy, including 3 days and 2 nights at the Hilton Anaheim Hotel, and a 3-day Disneyland Resort Park Hopper bonus ticket. Disneyland from just $181 quad, including 2 nights hotel and a 3-day Park Hopper pass. Prices based on 2 adults and 2 children staying in the same room. Some restrictions apply, so call 1-888-999-4646 for details. Hawaii from 109 complete, and Disneyland land packages at the Hilton Anaheim Hotel from 181. Call Morris Murdoch Travel for details.
The 10th inning, the Stingers now leading 9-5 as Scott Dunn comes on to close it off. But the Stingers now with a 4-run lead. It's not even a safe situation for Scott, who's 1-3. This is his 10th appearance, his 4th out of the bullpen. A 5.86 earned run average. The PCL batting .231 against Scott. Now the Stingers coming up big. Of course, the error opening the door in the top of the 10th inning, but they hang on to win the play of the game. Came in the 9th inning with a base hit to left field. The winning run was trying to score from second base. Luke Allen with a one-hop throw to the plate. Mathis grabbed the throw and held on through the collision by Dan DeMent. And the Stingers were able to get 4 extra innings as Brandon Watson fouls the first pitch back from Dunn. Strike 1. Eric Shear, the pitcher of record for the Stingers, goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Dunn trying to finish it off the 0-1. Swing and a tap foul behind home plate, but the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Watson. Scott Dunn, the 4th pitcher employed by manager Dino Ebel. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Watson. Now Dunn's pitch. Fastball high, 1-2. And last night, the Stingers scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th, only to give up 3 in the bottom half of the inning, and the Zephyrs won at 7-6. Here, the Stingers trying to pull off the comeback win. Now the 1-2. Watson takes high, 2-2. Scored 3 runs in the 9th to tie it, and 4 unearned runs in the 10th to take the lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Brandon Watson leading it off. The outfield shaded towards left, the infield back for the 2-2. Swung on and sliced foul down the left field side off the Stingers' bullpen mound. They will do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watson on the day, 1 for 4. Two and two the count on the left-hand batter. Again, the switch hitting Nieves on deck with the right hand hitting short to follow. The 2-2 from Dunn. Long on, two hopper to the right side. The Tringa handles the letter high hop and throws to first for the out. One away here in the 10th. That'll bring up Melvin Nieves, who thought he had given his team the cushion for the win as he had a 2-run home run to straightaway center field his last time up. That gave the Zephyrs a 5-2 lead heading into the 9th. So one out here in the bottom of the 10th. Nine to 5 Stingers here in the 10th. Dunn's pitch. Fastball strike at the knees, 0-1. No ball, 1 strike. Scott from the belt ready. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, strike at the knees, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Dunn's pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball. He struck him out. As Dunn blows the high heat past Nieves. First strikeout for Scott, the 7th for Stingers pitching in the ball game. And now 2 outs in the 10th for Rick Short, who's 2 for 4. Singled his last time up, but Palazzo eventually picked him off at first base. So 2 outs, nobody on base. Dunn delivers, and it's outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Scott trying to finish it off, the 1-0 to Short. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Up the third base side, knocked down by the hitting coach, Mike Hart, over in the coach's box there. And he'll throw the ball up in the stands for someone to track down the souvenir. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a picky on deck. The 1-1 pitch to Short. Fastball strike, 2 called at the knees on the outside half of the plate, and now it's 1-2 on Rick Short. Now Dunn ready, trying to finish it off the pitch. Curveball foul, back into the screen, 1-2. Again tomorrow, a 6:05 start. 5:45 on deck circle. Clayton Andrews for the Stingers against right-hander Brian Powell. For the Z's. 1-2 the count on Short. Dunn ready. Here's the pitch. Curveball low, 2-2 the count. Well, considering what happened last night, Stingers still shorthanded. If they're able to hang on and win this one, this would be a big victory for them to grab. The 2-2 pitch to Short. Swinging a foul back to the screen as he just did get a piece of it to stay alive. At the very worst, they would retain their 1.5 game lead over second place Colorado Springs. And again, the rest of the pack starting to close in as well. Home at 2.5 out, more than 3 back. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Back to third. Paskovich backhands the long throw in time, and the Stingers pull off an improbable win here this afternoon in the Big Easy. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 9 and the New Orleans Zephyrs 5. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Hi, I'm Steve Wright, a real Quest business customer. My business, Right Way Construction, gets the right wireless plan from Quest.
With Quest Wireless, Wright gets great coverage and saves with ReadyLink walkie-talkie, a service that doesn't count against planned minutes. He also can communicate with up to 5 of his employees at the same time. If Right Way Construction can get the right wireless service from Quest, you can too.
Whether I'm contacting my crew or working with a customer, Quest makes it easy to keep in touch.
Now receive a free annual $49.20 ReadyLink capable wireless phone after a $50 mail-in rebate when you buy one at regular price. And you can get 2 months of unlimited ReadyLink free. Call 1-800-218-4445 or visit quest.com/smallbusiness to sign up today. That's our spirit of service in action. ReadyLink regular monthly fee is $10 plus taxes and surcharges. ReadyLink is a trademark of Sprint Corporation. This annual offer requires a 2-year agreement and ends 7905. Wireless service not available in all areas. Other restrictions apply. Call for complete details.
Hi, this is Ned Siegfried of Siegfried & Jensen. You've heard our ads for years. We've been handling automobile, personal injury, and medical malpractice claims for over 20 years. We've handled thousands of claims for thousands of people throughout the state. You're listening to this ad now because you love sports or have a favorite team. Siegfried & Jensen wants to be your legal team if you've been injured in an accident. Call Siegfried & Jensen at 1-800-INJURED. That's 1-800-INJURED. Siegfried & Jensen, your legal team if you've been injured.
I'm Donald Trump.
His reputation.
Join the changing the face of Manhattan.
His triumphs.
The 1,000 miles, the 8th wonder of the world.
And tragedies.
Ivana, I think it's the final part.
Tonight, it's the story money couldn't buy.
How do you think the press will react when they tell them I'm asking one question?
Trump on a Crime, an ABC premiere movie event. Tonight at 9, 8 Central, only on ABC.
The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of today's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, welcome back to Zephyr Field in Metairie, Louisiana, just outside of New Orleans. The Stingers rallying with 3 runs in the 9th and putting 4 more on the board in the 10th inning to come back and beat the Zephyrs by a final score of 9-5. Totals in the ball game for the Stingers: 9 runs on 14 hits, no errors, and 5 runners left on base. For the Zephyrs, 5 runs on 10 hits, a huge error, and they left 5 on base. The winning pitcher, Eric Sear, now 2-1. The loser, Matt White, goes to 0-1. Don't have the time of the game on this one, probably about 2:47, 2:48, just 1,943. He paid attendance here on a Tuesday afternoon in the Big Easy as the Stingers, again, still licking their wounds after a heartbreaking loss yesterday, come back and provide a hurt of their own. Again, down 5-2 in the 9th. Luke Allen single, 1 out later. Brian Gordon against a left-hander. Joe Horgan hits a 2-run home run to bring the Stingers to within 1, and then Nick Gorneau follows up with back-to-back homers, the second one this year for the Stingers, and Gordon and Gorneau involved in the other one as well, but in reverse order. Gorneau hits the home run to tie it. Then in the 10th, Sorensen single. I should go back to the bottom of the 9th because the Zephyrs had a chance to win it, as they had runners at first and second with 2 outs. Tyrell Godwin grounded a single to left field. Luke Allen with a perfect one-hop throw to the plate. Jeff Mathis a great catch on the one-hop. The tag as Dan DeMent tried to bowl him over, knocked him down to the ground, but Jeff was able to hang on to record the out and force extra innings. Then in the 10th, Zach Sorensen single. David Matringa bunted him over to second base, and then Casey Kotzman's ground out moved Sorensen to third. Luke Allen's ground ball right through the leg. The shortstop Bowers for that costly error. And then the Stingers piled it on from there. A single by Mathis, an RBI single by Gordon, and a 2-run double by Nick Gorneau. And the Stingers have themselves the win. They're now 3-3 on the road trip, and they've now split the first 2 games of this series with the New Orleans Zephyrs. Again, a great effort by Scott Schneider in an emergency start with Chris Buchek being called up to the big leagues late last night. And he went 5 innings, throwing 69 pitches, giving up just 2 runs on 5 hits in his outing. So all in all, a great effort on his part. But again, that Luke Allen throw should not be overlooked, and not only the throw, but the tag play as well at home plate by Jeff Mathis, preserving the tie and forcing the extra innings. So the Stingers win it in 10. They're now 4-1 in overtime games. Matter of fact, every one of the Stingers' extra inning games this year have gone 10 innings and no more than that. So the Stingers win it here today by a score of 9-5. We'll take a look at the Abra scoreboard next on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Springtime's just around the corner, and now's the time to spring into new ATV action. Escape Motorsports is here to help, because right now, every new super sporty, super tough Yamaha ATV can be yours for as low as $39 a month for the first 24 months. And you'll even get up to $200 cash back on select models. Sport or utility, hard charging or hard work for you, Escape Motorsports has the ATV you want and a fantastic deal. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Escape Motorsports, 1480 North State in Provo. Finance offers $55,3105 on new 2005 or new prior year Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, or scooter, excluding FJR and Rhino models. A Yamaha car, subject to credit approval. Reduced rate as low as 4.9% APR, $39 monthly payment, good for 24 months. Time is kept current. Maximum amount of finance $8,000. Thereafter, the standard rate up to 21.99% APR will apply, and minimum monthly payment will be required. Default rate 24.99%. Minimum finance charge $1. See dealer for details and recommendations. Yamaha recommends a free training course. Escape Motorsports.
Let's face it, life's full of little dings and dents, particularly when you or your teenager are driving. At Abra Auto Body and Glass, we realize not every fender bender requires a lengthy dialogue with an insurance agent. To keep your insurance premiums down, it's sometimes better to handle a repair on your own, especially when the damage is mostly just a cosmetic annoyance. Bring your dinged and dented vehicle to Abra and let us help you and your family get the quality repair you need at a price you can afford. We've been at it for over 20 years, and with the best trained technicians in the industry, we can make your car sparkle like it did before you or your teenager had an unfortunate mishap. So, even when you are not submitting an insurance claim, let Abra work with you to get an affordable, quality repair with a lifetime warranty. Auto Body Repair of America. Abra, America's most recommended. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA to schedule an immediate appointment.
Welcome back to New Orleans with the Stingers rally at 3 in the ninth and 4 in the 10th to defeat the Zephyrs by a score of 9-5. Time now for the Abra scoreboard. Windshield chips or cracks got you down. Let the specialist at Abra take the worry out of your glass replacement or repair. Abra offers glass replacement on all makes and models, as well as stone chip repair, mobile service, and a lifetime warranty. Call 1-888-USA-ABRA today to schedule your appointment. Just one other afternoon game in the PCL. Iowa shut out Sacramento 2-0. Trinidad Hubbard and Mark Johnson with RBI for the Cubs as they beat the River Cats by a score of 2-0. Later on today, Colorado Springs is at Oklahoma. Omaha hosts Fresno. Memphis visits Tacoma. And Albuquerque is at Tucson. Also, Round Rock at Las Vegas. And Portland plays host to Nashville. In the American League, the Yankees entertain Detroit. Minnesota is at Cleveland, where the Indians have won 3 in a row. Seattle travels to Baltimore. Toronto hosts Boston. Oakland is at Tampa Bay. Texas hosts Kansas City. And the Angels entertain the White Sox tonight in Anaheim. In the National League, Florida hosts Philadelphia. The Marlins have won 5 straight. Cincinnati is at home to Washington. The Mets visit Atlanta. Tom Glavine against Tim Hudson in that one. At Wrigley tonight, the Cubs host the Astros. Houston's lost 6 in a row. They've got Roger Clemens on the mound. Colorado at Milwaukee. St. Louis hosts Pittsburgh. San Diego travels to Arizona. And the Dodgers visit the Giants in San Francisco. And that's your Abra scoreboard. Back with a scoring highlight from today's action here at New Orleans right after this on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230.
Play ball! The next time you're looking for a dominating performance at the plate, look to your fridge for
Budded Deli Cuts. With our exclusive zip-pack slider, you know you can count on them to be fresh when you need them, game after game. And with 6 premium flavors, it's like being able to throw the meat of the order out there 2 times in a row. That's the kind of variety any manager would love. It's no wonder Budded Deli Cuts are such a fan favorite. And they're waiting for a tryout right now at your favorite grocer.
Weight Watchers meetings are a little like a new car. A car? Yeah. You can take a test drive without paying. You mean I can go to a Weight Watchers meeting for free? You got it. And then make up my mind. Exactly. No cost, no obligation, just like a test drive. Great, I know. People who go to Weight Watchers meetings lose 3 times more weight than people who go it alone. Find out why for free. Weight Watchers. Watch yourself change. 3 times claim as reported in the AMA Journal. In participating areas only. See WeightWatchers.com for details.
You always feel tired when you wake up. Sleep apnea is a serious illness, and if not diagnosed, could lead to serious health problems. 35% of all people with high blood pressure have sleep apnea. 83% of all people with uncontrollable high blood pressure have sleep apnea. And 70% of people that have had a stroke have been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Many people could reduce their chances if they were diagnosed early and got the help they needed to control their sleep apnea. At Medline Medical, they care about your health and want you to have a healthy life. Can you imagine being diagnosed with diabetes and not doing anything about it? Call Medline Medical today at 1-800-258-5329. Let them help you with your diagnosis and get you the help you need to have a happy and healthy life. Medline Medical is the exclusive provider of Sleep Smart Gold, a program created to help patients manage sleep apnea. Call 1-800-258-5329 and get on the road to a happy, healthy life.
Welcome back to the 20-0 ball game going into the 6th inning. Snyder pitching well, but with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Jason Bowers singled off of Snyder. He was all right, stayed in the game. John Wilson then delivered a base hit to right, bringing Tyrell Godwin to the plate. Snyder from the stretch, the 1-1. Long on, that's lifted in the air to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Bowers hit the score. Wilson around third in to score. Here's Godwin racing for third. The throw, the tag, and he is safe for the triple. And the Zephyrs take a 2-0 lead. So 2-0 New Orleans at that point. The Stingers would get 1 run back in the 6th. Adam Paskovich led off with a double, moved to third on a fly ball by Casey Smith and scored on Zach Sorensen's ground out to make it a 2-1 ball game. But in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Zephyrs got that run almost in identical fashion, a leadoff double. Wes Carroll sacrificed Dement to third, but then Bowers scored Dement on a suicide squeeze bunt, and it was a 3-1 ball game. Again, the Stingers cut the lead to 1 in the 8th. Nick Corneau led off with a double. 2 outs later, he was still at second for Zach Sorensen. From Yarnall. Lined and off the glove of the leaping Bowers in the left field, a base hit. Corneau takes the turn and will score easily on the RBI single by Zach Sorensen, and now it's a 3-2 ball game. So a 3-2 ball game at that point, but in the bottom of the 8th inning, Melvin Nieves extended the lead for the Zephyrs as they had a runner at first with 1 out. Lazo from the belt, the pitch to Nieves. Swung on and lifted in the air to center field. Gordon going back, still going back to the wall. It's gone. A 2-run home run for Melvin Nieves just over the barrier at the 400-foot sign as the wind picked that one up and lifted it out, and it's now 5-2 Zephyrs. So a 5-2 ball game. Things didn't look good for the Stingers heading into the 9th inning. But Zach Sorensen got things started with a base hit to center field. David Matrenga bunted him over. Excuse me, take that back. Luke Allen singled to right with 1 out. Brian Gordon stepped to the plate. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on in a deep drive to right center field. Sapicki going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for Brian Gordon. And it's now the Zephyrs 5 and the Stingers 4. Well, that brought the Stingers to within 1. The Stingers had only had 1 other back-to-back home run situations this year. It was, in that case, Nick Corneau first, and then Brian Gordon. Here, Gordon hit the 2-run homer to pull the Stingers to within 1. Then it was Corneau's turn. Morgan's pitch. Curveball lifted in the air towards left. Godwin going back. It's up there. It's up there. It's gone. Tie game. Nick Cornell with his 7th home run of the year. And we're all even at 5-5. So a 5-5 game. Again, the game-saving throw by Allen and tagged by Mathis with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. 4th extra inning. Sorensen led off with a single. David Matranga bunted him over to second. A ground out by Kochman to the second baseman Carroll. Moves Sorensen to third with 2 out for Luke Allen. Sorensen at third. Tied at 5 here in the top of the 10th. White ready from the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to short. Bowers to his right. Has it go through his legs to the left field. Sorensen scores the go-ahead run on the error by Bowers, and it's 6-5 Salt Lake. So a break for the Stingers there. Jeff Mathis then singled to left, advancing Allen to second base. He then scored on Brian Gordon's base hit to left field to make it a 7-5 ball game. That would be it for Matt White. New Orleans right-hander Roy Corcoran then came on to face Nick Gorneau. Now the 1-1 to Gorneau from the right-hander Corcoran. Fastball drilled to the right field, a base hit. That's headed towards the corner, and it's going to score 2. Here comes Mathis. Here comes Gordon. Gorneau into second base with a 2-run double. And now the Stingers lead by a score of 9-5. And Scott Dunn would work a 1-2-3 10th inning to preserve the lead. Again, the Stingers up by 4, so Scott doesn't even get a save out of the situation. But the Stingers get themselves a big win here on a Tuesday afternoon. 9-5 in 10 innings. And Game 3 of this series, Game 7 of the 12-game road trip, comes your way tomorrow night. We'll preview it for you after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
ESPN Radio, AM 1230. Play ball! The next time you're looking for a dominating performance at the plate, look to your fridge for budded deli cuts. With our exclusive zip-pack slider, you know you can count on them to be fresh when you need them, game after game. And with 6 premium flavors, it's like being able to throw the meat of the order out there 2 times in a row. That's the kind of variety any manager would love. It's no wonder budded deli cuts are such a fan favorite. And they're waiting for a tryout right now at your favorite grocer.
Del Mar has a question. You like lunch? Start with a tortilla the size of a trampoline. Then pile on the meat, beans, veggies, and freak out on the jalapenos. Call the office. Tell them you're gone for the day. See ya. Head to the beach, the mountains, the lake. That's Taco Del Mar, baby. That's your inner Baja. Feed it with a Monza made-to-order burrito or a pile ripping fish tacos. It's fast, super tasty, fresh nuts with a bit of Baja attitude. Taco Del Mar. Release your inner Baja.
Hey, boss, I put the green stickers on the hot water heaters.
Jimmy, did you do all the proper adjustments on them first?
Oh, yes, boss. I twisted them so they would all face forward, and then I put green stickers on them.
Jimmy, you can't just slap a green sticker on a natural gas appliance. You have to adjust the settings very carefully. Then put the sticker on.
Oh, sorry, boss.
And you got a green sticker on your forehead. Now get out of here. The green sticker is a program set up to ensure that the gas to your furnace or hot water heater is properly adjusted. The fact is, the natural gas in our system is different. It's extremely important to have your furnace or hot water heater adjusted to accommodate the changing composition of natural gas. The green sticker program is so important, Action has developed a very special offer. For a limited time, have one of Action's certified technicians update your green sticker, and Action will clean all of your air ducts for just $99. Action updates your green sticker, and Action will clean all of your vents for just $99, a $350 value for just $99. Find Action on the front cover of your Yellow Pages, or call 363-5575. That's 363-5575.
New Orleans Zephyrs by a final score of 9-5, rallying to tie it on back-to-back homers by Brian Gordon and Nick Gorneau in the 9th, and then scoring 4 unearned runs in the 10th inning. So the series is even at 1 apiece. The Stingers 3-3 on the road trip. Game 3 of the series and 7 of the trip comes your way tomorrow night, 6:05. First pitch here from Zephyr Field will be on the air at 5:45 with the on-deck circle. It'll be left-hander Clayton Andrews, a record of 2-0 on the mound for Salt Lake against right-hander Brian Powell, 0-2 for New Orleans. So we'll hope that you will join us for that, and be sure to join us when the Stingers return home 1 week from tonight, when a 13-game homestand gets underway against the Portland Beavers at 6:30. That'll do it for today. Our thanks to Terry South back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 42 minutes, and in front of 1,943, the final score in 10, the Salt Lake Stingers 9, and the New Orleans Zephyrs 5. I'm Steve Klauke saying so long from the ballpark in the Big Easy.
This has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.